Are we live? Are we filming now?
Yes. Yeah.
Man, well, actually, now that you mention it, I did bring.
Okay, well, don't do it just yet.
Oh, okay.
Because we're
look at you.
A gift for you,
Hey,
for you guys.
that's awesome.
Wow. Okay.
That's awesome. So we'll introduce that in a little bit.
Okay.
I'm so happy.
I know. So happy. We've had another guest that we had brought some whiskey.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll do that. So we'll talk about that whenever we get to that point.
Okay.
Hey guys, welcome to the Wicked Bearcast. As always, I'm sitting here with my favorite neighborhood bartender, Corey.
Hey, and with me as always, the captain of coaching, Andrew.
Yeah, and if you couldn't tell, we have another special esteemed guest.
Where'd you come from?
This giant of a man over here, Nate Hill, joined us today. He's gonna walk us through his journey and talk about kind of what he's got going on and all that kind of stuff. So welcome, man. Thanks for coming.
Welcome to the bar.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. This
Absolutely.
is a nice. Did you build this?
Yeah, this is actually a labor of love from me and a few buddies of mine. Anybody that helped build the bar, if you look, you'll see initials engraved in the bar.
Sweet.
So yeah, this is. Yeah, I was a bartender many years ago, and
Back in my day.
back in my day when there was no internet. But no, not that old. God, I feel it that old. But no, I was a bartender for like 10 years, and I always loved being behind the bar. So I was like, I want one at home and kind of just be able to pour drinks for buddies and hang out. And
Okay.
here we are.
Yeah.
and it somehow became the studio.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, it's just gonna keep evolving.
Oh yeah, I know.
What's funny too is it started off being like
It was actually supposed to be more like from here to there.
Okay.
And it became this.
Yeah.
In fact, I actually had it taped off on the floor where I wanted it. And it just grew. Stacey's like, this is not what you said.
Right.
Like,
love you,
yeah.
but we have plenty of space for all the cool stuff.
Oh, yeah. I need to kind of straighten up down here. but
It looks pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. That's fine.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah. So how's it going, man?
Pretty good, dude. Just pretty busy all the time.
Yeah.
Working, lifting, keeping everything.
Keeping it real.
Yeah. Should I try?
For sure, man. How's training been lately?
Oh, training. I don't know. So do we start? We start all the way back. So when
Well, just lately. I mean, the past week or two.
how has
like,
it been
how's
since
the
playing in
meet?
Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been all right. That was kind of I finished a bulk like November-ish, around the time that I was done. The meet was coming up, and so I just kind of prolonged that strength and size into that. So after that, started back in the cardio, kind of cut out the bullshit from my diet and been trying to.
So you did like a dirty bulk?
I guess so. I mean, it starts clean, right? And then everything like kind of levels out.
That's really good.
Yeah, and then
I can do that a couple of times a week.
yeah, and it's kind of goes up and down from there, right? Where when I go to dinner now, I'm pretty clean as far as like going to a nice dinner goes.
What does that mean to you? Clean. What does that mean?
A salmon or a chicken and no dessert.
No steak. You don't do steak?
I'll get a steak. Well. Like right now, pretty clean, or when it starts out, and then as I'm
when you say like pretty clean, does that include steak for you?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Sometimes
It should.
And then as
Maybe not a ribeye, but
right. Well, yeah, and ribeyes a steak, man. So if I'm gonna get a steak, it's usually gonna be
I mean, I feel you.
But then as I try to push the numbers in the gym, push the body weight up a little bit, that becomes a ribeye and potatoes and sweet potato fries, and then that becomes maybe a dessert, and then that becomes
little cheesecake never hurt nobody.
Right. Then
according to Brian Shaw.
Yeah.
Although it's a different kind of
whole cheesecake.
I was going to say a little cheesecake is like the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then, becomes a couple hours later when I'm at home at 10 p.m., finish the leftovers or have a little bit more. And so now we're kind of back into, first cut all the desserts in the same way that it went up, it comes back down, right? So I'm kind of on steak, a little bit less rice, all that, and that will eventually turn into only like lean steak and chicken, and then mostly the rice gets cut out and the cardio increases over time until I'm kind of so Thanksgiving night was an all-time high body weight for me at 282 pounds.
Oh.
And
I mean, still though, he's 6'5", 6'4", 6'4". I take the inch. He's 6'5", and he's, that's not bad. That's not terrible for your size, and you're broad too, so it's not
all right.
bad.
I'm all right,
Bro,
bro.
this guy's gorgeous. It's a specimen of a human being.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
and
man.
So now I'm kind of back down to 265, and hopefully I'll touch 250 on the way down, and that's like pretty lean, pretty like
It's pretty, that's pretty lean for you.
visible abs all the time and stuff, and
That's where you like to stay most of the year. If you're not in the bulk, you like to be around that 250 number.
pretty much, and that's where I end up if I'm eating clean, doing a sufficient amount of cardio in the gym 4 or 5 days a week,
Okay.
and I'm not like I wasn't shredded in elementary school, but I was like a thin kid.
Well,
so,
I mean, like you're a little lanky. Like I can see you being like more the like lanky kid side,
Just,
as opposed to
like
like
that thinner build.
yeah,
like
so,
as opposed to us, where we're just just thick boys going through school.
yeah. So I went from
Wearing husky pants and
husky.
I went from like probably like 160 pounds at like 6'1" ish.
Good Lord.
You know, like 8th, 9th grade.
Yeah, you're coming into yourself.
You were
Yeah.
6'1" in 8th, 9th grade.
Let's see. At the beginning of
that's cool.
9th grade basketball, I was 6'1".
Wow.
And then like
Everyone's like,
and then by like
Even the teachers.
yeah.
exactly.
No, I remember that. I remember being being like disciplined by a teacher with my good buddy who's also now like 6'3" in 8th or 9th grade, and kind of come to the realization that the teacher is like, you guys need to be quiet, and just kind of like,
Okay.
oh, this is kind of a different thing. But yeah, and then like 15 to like Christmas when I was 16, I was like 230. So that's kind of like
okay, so no, that's good though. That's healthy. So you filled out the frame, which is what needed to happen.
yeah. And then by the time Christmas when I was 17, it was like 257.
Wow.
And then like been more or less that, cut bulk, and
But yeah, is that
Now-
when you started training? Was kind of around that time.
man, so in 6th grade, my girlfriend broke up with me.
That's where it starts. That's where it starts.
man.
And I went home, and we just like had weights that I would mess around with from time to time.
It's like your dad's stuff, or
Yeah, and just garage sales stuff, and then so I started lifting and was like so into it, but pre-puberty, right?
Yeah,
It was just like little redhead kid with glasses, you know, and then so I went for probably 2 or 3 years with not much testosterone, all this, but I was like learning to lift reading Muscle and Fitness and all this, and I would wake up super early in the morning and like do my workouts. And
What year was this?
This would be 2009, 10, 11.
Oh, okay, so the end of the Mass Monsters when they were in the magazines.
Yeah,
So
but
you're
I mean, like,
so
coming into
old.
Phil Heath. Era,
yeah, but like Jay Cutler was like,
still prominent.
it was the first body. Jay Cutler and like an old Gaspari Nutrition out of Flex Lewis.
Yeah.
I was like those guys,
I remember idolizing those guys, man.
Yeah. And so then it was just kind of like by the time I could actually put on mass or size and all this, it was like 14, 15, 16 years old, and I already to some extent like knew how to work out, knew what I was doing.
You knew the movement patterns that how to do it.
And so it just like pretty much stacked on from, and then learning like, oh man, if I eat more, and like mass gainers were big at the time, so I was going to like Vitamin Shop, and then every morning I would
They
have
were garbage.
every morning I
It
would
was
have
like just sugar.
Yeah.
It was just like not
like
even
maltodextrin.
It was just nothing but carbs.
Yeah, so I would have that.
byproduct of corn production. They shove in these supplements.
Yeah, so that with whole milk.
Yeah, man.
In the morning before school, feel like I was gonna throw up like
Story
for
of
a
my
little
life.
bit, and but that was probably like 1,500, 2,000 calories to start the day off, and
It's the best way to start. To start your day
Yeah,
is a mass shake in
I
your
was going to say,
stomach.
probably could have been better off just having just the whole milk by itself without the mask.
I mean,
Probably did just as well.
dude, it's insane.
and so yes, and by the time like, so that was all. I mean, I did protein shakes and just like ate a lot of food. And I remember like being kind of 16 and stuff and starting like a bunch of eggs and being like. 6 eggs every morning for breakfast.
Oh, I feel better.
With bacon and all this.
Yeah,
and
man.
I was like playing basketball at the time, and I remember gaining, like, as part of that, gaining like 10 or 15 pounds like during basketball season, and kind of just being like, this isn't really good for basketball, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I just wanna be, I had friends that were like, well, I don't know, man, it'll mess up your shot. I was like, I don't care about this. I just want to be big, like I want to be out there and have my arms look good when I'm blocking.
Yeah.
And so, so that kind of came along very early. Like the being into it came along very early and quickly, but getting big still took time.
Yeah.
And then 16 actually joined a gym that I could, lift.
You could drive yourself.
I could drive myself, right, and started lifting heavy. And
what was your first gym like?
so Raw or Raw Warzone?
Where it was? Where Rise is now?
Yeah. So it was where Rise is now, they moved to, and prior to that, it was a smaller facility. It was probably 7,000 square feet.
Yeah, Raw, yeah.
In behind there. And so I started off lifting there, just had a buddy that started lifting there. And, so it was pretty small, but there were lots of high school kids, baseball, football players and stuff that went in there, and I started lifting with them.
Yeah, I worked out at Raw in 2016.
Okay.
Was when I walked in there, and it was a totally different animal back then. And it was right when I had started at my 9-to-5 job, which is real close.
Okay.
Well, at that point, it was really close. They've since moved, but it was right down the road, and I was like, okay, this works.
Yeah.
And the vibe was not conducive to what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't. There was a lot of I'm just gonna be honest. There was a lot of bitching, a lot of moaning. I'm like, dude. You want Ronnie, right? You want to get big, you gotta lift more weight.
Yeah.
Yes, it's hard and it's heavy. It's not easy. I said it was easy, right? You got to do it.
Yeah.
So so I stayed there for I don't know, maybe a month, 2 months or something.
Okay.
Yeah. But so I familiar with that area, and I have a buddy that was at Rise for a long time.
Okay.
But and that was what? So that was what year did you do that?
That would be if I was 16, that would be 2014.
Okay.
And then kind of was there until college.
Yeah.
So a few
Okay,
years.
so you were there for a long time.
Yeah, I still have a membership there.
Okay.
I'll still stop in every once in a while. But yeah, I mean, through COVID and stuff, I was one of the fortunate members that worked out in the dark sometimes when it was not allowed.
Love it.
To,
Whatever.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Whatever.
But yeah, I was there for a long time, and lots of guys in the gym that I started talking to and got a lot of knowledge from, and was just pushed in general. I mean, we could get into that. It was the powerlifting programming wasn't as big at the time, but what I got from that, just older guys. I mean, obviously older than me. I was 16, but just being well, how much do you deadlift? I was I don't know. I never max out. Well, let's do it today.
Do it. Yeah.
And that type of thing that hadn't been presented, because I read Muscle and Fitness, right? And so it was all 5 sets of 12 on everything.
Yeah, right.
And then someone's well, really you start doing your 5x5s and your sets of 3 and your
and they're you're 3 reps.
Right.
It's not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, it will.
Yeah. So I was there, and I only there, didn't know about. I mean, knew about hardcore gyms, but had never been anywhere without rubber coating on the outside of the weights for a long time.
So funny, yeah.
And so that's kind of where I
love that.
grew up.
Yeah. So you were coming. So back. Even at that point, it had still been evolving,
right.
But for a long time there was basically 2 schools of thought. There was straight linear progression, and then there was conjugate.
Okay,
and that was it, right? That was what people were doing, and now there's essentially everything's a variation of the 5-3-1, but now there's so many different programs, and to his point, that seems to have just sprouted up either right around COVID, right after COVID, right before or right after, and it's so cool to see the evolution of the sport and people trying all these different things.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, there's a reason why I'm kind of going in this direction. That being said, do you feel, because you were coming up in it in a very different time than like me and Corey, where we've been in this for a long time. Do you feel that some of these periodization programs that have come out that time you were coming up have taken away from work hard, get it done?
Dude, I have become like a pessimist on getting strong in general.
Okay. I love that.
I almost think it doesn't matter. Like
just
I think
lift the weight.
And if you're
work hard,
and if you're built like that, you're gonna be strong. You have those genetics.
If you're genetically gifted,
right? Yeah. And so like you see guys. It's readily more visible in regards to like the bodybuilding stuff where you can see muscle development on a guy. Right. You see a guy that has an upper chest that's like this that only does flat bench. And it's like, well, I've been doing incline this and that for years and years and years and haven't built. And so in the same way, it's like you'll see a 16-year-old kid in the gym that's just got like traps and delts and is just going in and like messing around. And you'll see like 3 kids, one of them has the potential to do anything he wants in strength sports, and you can see it right there.
Yeah.
And then 2 of them are just kind of like scraggling along and don't know what they're doing. I'm sure they're going to be fine, like
they'll figure it
accountants
out.
or something like that.
Well, even still, like they'll figure it out.
Or they could find a love for powerlifting in a different way.
Yeah.
But so yes and no. I think that I arrived at that stuff is very useful for like peaking and stuff like that, but the really strong guys that you see have just been like banging their head against the wall, building the muscle, building the grit,
doing
for
it for years,
a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys, you know, like the classics when I were like Dan Green and you know like the jacked guys that were just doing like incline bench, decline bench, tricep push downs, flat bench, you know, for a long
Chain
time.
Push-ups, like,
right, and ended up like benching 500 pounds just by like doing that.
And eating stupid
food. Yeah, and eat, right. And then it's like, well, this with the diet, and there's a lot that goes into diet, but it's like eating like a good carb and a good meat a few times a day for a long time.
It takes time.
So I think like the really strong guys are kind of gonna be there anyway and can eke out, you know, a certain additional
3, 4, 5% while modulating the progression.
Based on, you know, the programming and stuff. And I also think a lot of that is, I'm really going down a rabbit hole here, but I really think a lot of that is like personality dependent.
Yes,
what works
that's a good point. I like that. Yes.
Yeah, and so like at while back, I like lifted at Dubs Barbell. Did you guys know Justin Dubs when he was around?
No.
So he broke off from Woodland Strength and Conditioning, started his own thing.
Yeah, does that sound familiar to you?
He was
at Woodland Strength for a
It was over like Spring Cypress, like almost to 45. It was just a little like kind of CrossFit powerlifting.
When did he branch off from Woodland Strength?
Probably 2018.
Oh wow. Okay. Was that?
No, it was right before I went. I started going to Woodland.
Was it?
Okay.
Jeff would
I
know.
went.
Jeff
would know.
Yeah.
I think when did I start? I think it was 2019 is when I started at Woodland Strength.
I thought it was way before that.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, and so but going there and like Conjugate was like actually presented to me.
Yeah.
And that like worked because I was just like I just maxed out all the time and got
works.
like strong doing it.
Yeah,
you
man.
know.
Yeah.
And so then he was like, okay, so I understand you like to max out all the time, but there's this program that you get to do that, but we're just going to channel that into like a more productive way for you to do that.
The speed work, the box work, all that stuff. And you were still raw though. You weren't equipped, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Which and that's another thing about Conjugate. Conjugate absolutely works if you're raw. You don't have to be equipped to do Conjugate. I hate that mentality. It's really annoying.
Yeah, but and so that was kind of, I think a lot of that is, you know, are you someone that has a hard time turning on the intensity? Because especially at the time, like 16 through 23 years old, I could go in the gym and just go off on any lift for any amount of time as hard as I could. And so then it was just like getting me to channel that into. So if you're someone like that, it's like, well, pick a program that plays to your strengths that makes that a little bit more productive.
Yeah.
If you're someone that like has a hard time getting that arousal for the lifts,
that's a good word. Yeah.
Then maybe a different program is going to work for you, and something that you can like, well, okay, only every so many weeks are you really going to have to turn it on, and in the other weeks we're just going to build on these other, whether it's RPE or different things.
Right. Yeah. No, I like that. I think that's a good point, and that goes to coaches too. When you're like looking for a coach, you need to experiment with finding the right kind of coach that kind of works with you, right? Like I'm not the best coach for very aggressive, very explosive guys. I'm not that way. I'm very methodical. I'm very detail oriented. I'm very internal. And so like when I've coached guys that are much more just like grip and rip, they get frustrated because I'm telling them, okay, let's slow down. Let's take a step back because your back was there.
Yeah.
Let's fix it. And they're like, oh, well, I'll just fix it. And I was like, well, there's a right way and a wrong way, right?
Yeah.
So, and then that frustrates them. And then there's other coaches that would be better suited for that, right? And I have a notebook of people I could call in those situations, so it makes sense to know people. But that's a good thing that not enough people talk about is the approach to the programming based upon your own psychological aptitude for the lifting, right? Your hormonal response, you're turning it on, the intensity, the aggressiveness. So that's a good point. That's a really good point. In that same kind of tone, where would you place yourself in that kind of paradigm?
Dude, I'm old now, and so
you are not old. Shut up. You're not old.
But I was definitely more the aggressive way, and I think that worked up until a point as far as numbers went and got me to a certain level, and because I was young, I could just like
grind through it,
grind through lifts. Okay, I'll just eat a little bit more, gain a little bit of body weight, that gains a little bit on my lifts, and so I was able to get like pretty far doing that until stuff kind of started to stall out, and since then it's been, I still run stuff pretty simply, like starting kind of some 10s, kind of some 8s, but then really like get to sets of 5.
Yeah.
Bump that up by like 10 pounds each week for like 3 weeks.
Okay. Yeah.
Chill a little bit. Then go into 3s.
Got it.
And then bump that up as far as I can.
Yeah.
Chill a little bit.
So a longer undulation periods between the heavy, like the bigger heavy stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then you get up into the 90% plus, and that span may increase by a week or whatever.
Yeah.
Got it. Yep.
And so I think typically I never really had a like CNS like issue or didn't give consideration to it. Like,
well, you started young. You started at the right time where you kind of, you say that because you had already ingrained it. When you're coming in later, it absolutely becomes a thing for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure, because people would talk about it all the time. I was just like, and I didn't even know that like I said, I was just like at a gym. I was like mostly the strongest of my group, or at least like age group and stuff. And so no one said, it was like if I missed a lift, I was just like, huh, weird. Anyway, and then I just went and did a bunch of volume and went home and ate and da-da-da. And maybe there was something like, oh, why was I so much weaker? But I didn't care about it. And I said, well, it'll probably be there next week. And then I would come in the next week and everything would be fine and I would go about my business.
Even if you were to think about it, it would be the same protocol. So it doesn't matter, right? Like you miss a lift and you're like, okay, well, I missed a lift, so the next week I repeat it.
Yeah.
And then some people are so in their head about it, like, and I do that sometimes. I get in my head about it, and I'm like, okay, I gotta do this again. But what can I gain? What can I change? I'm so anal about stuff.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Right. Jeez. So yeah, it doesn't matter that you would run the same protocol regardless.
Now that type of thought mentality, was that something that you were taught, as far as like, it just didn't work out for me this week, I'll just go home and eat and then come back and do it again? Was that something you were taught, or was that just something that you just had in your head?
I guess just something I had in my head. There was an older guy at the gym who had kind of been in his midlife crisis, became a bodybuilder and was like kind of one of my like mentors, and he would always just say, hey man, it's good practice. And so I would just like, I would miss a lift and I would be real bummed out. And he would just be like, hey, dude, we're just in the gym. We're just practicing. This is all good.
Love that. Yeah.
And so,
it's absolutely true.
You know, it was
100%.
easy to like brush it off. We didn't even do the thing of like, what did you do this week that might have, he just like, you know?
Yeah.
So,
That's what it is. Come back and do it again.
yeah. And so I think that's kind of what I took on in just a very lighthearted way.
Yeah.
And as time has gone on, you know, and I think as life has become more uniform, I'm able to like pinpoint different variables a little bit more. But when
Compartmentalize?
I guess, well, when you're young, like I'm in a flag football league, I'm in a volleyball league.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
things
doing
are just
this,
boop, boop,
I'm
boop,
mountain
boop.
biking, and
Yeah.
so if I'm sometimes I eat a lot, sometimes I don't eat a lot, and so there were too many things going on for me to be like, oh, it was probably this
Got
that
it.
my,
Yeah.
and so it was just like, well, it didn't happen this week, and I didn't worry about it. Now that my life is a lot more like, you know,
Routine.
work, gym,
Streamlined.
I eat the same things and stuff.
Yep.
It's a little bit simpler for me to be like, okay, what was the one thing I did this
That was
week?
out of sync from
yeah,
normal,
and I
yeah.
can pretty much say, oh, is that? And
Yeah.
even like you said, and even so, the result is kind of the same. Just like, well, whatever, you know.
I think there's a place and time for it. I
Yeah.
think there's there are absolutely points in time where you should be like, I missed it. Yeah, whatever. I'll be there next week. And then
Yeah.
there are other issues that come up, and you miss a lift, and you really should analyze what happened, what's going on.
Yeah.
Especially as you get older, because that's how injuries happen.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Especially when you're progressing and you're really pushing the limits.
Yeah.
You need to reassess as you get older, and as you accumulate more and more injuries, it becomes even more important.
Yeah,
So you're like between the two of us.
Accumulate the injuries, like collecting them.
It's like putting them on a shelf.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, there you go. Not that it's a badge of honor, not that it's like a good thing. Don't do that. But it's part of it's kind of just the nature of the game. That being said, there are numerous studies that have been done that show that being hurt while lifting in the gym is actually pretty rare. It's more rare than, you know, getting in a car accident and doing all this other stuff, right?
right.
So it's more rare than you would think, but you reach at a certain level and you're doing certain things that the human body really wasn't designed to do.
Yeah.
You know, you're bound to mess something up, and it takes I think I talked to you about it that day, and I know I talked to you about it. It takes being off by just
A
very
fraction.
very small margin to blow a disc or, you know, mess your knee up or whatever.
Yeah.
So do you have any injuries like that? Do you have any major things going on?
nothing, man. I think like once again, like the genetic component to anything, and there's a lot that you could say, or a lot that I could say, maybe more or less like, but if there's one thing I could say genetically, dude, I've been ripping deadlifts off the ground 10 more.
Deadlifts.
God, your deadlift is stupid.
They hurt
oh my
me
God,
watching you.
I've been doing it more than 10 years, man.
Yeah.
Never any like a little pull,
A tweak or whatever.
pulling like
Whatever.
600-700 pounds off a deficit, pull a tweak, go, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
And then it takes a couple weeks to feel normal again, but then I'm back. I've
Yeah.
never had I've stood there in like high school, college with my buddy who's like trying to pull 315 and just go, and then like have to walk away and just never deadlift again. And I go, oh, that's weird. Anyways, nothing like that ever happened to me, and so
You freak.
you
genetic freak. I'm so jealous.
So
Good
like,
for you.
God.
if there is something, because it's like what makes someone really big, what makes someone really strong, and
Their ability to not be hurt.
if you're doing
big
it
part of it.
in the long run, just like not because like how long do you really have to get like really strong? It's usually like in that, depending on when you start, like 10, 15 years that you can actually like progress.
And the supplements.
Sure, you add those in and you maybe get
you
another
10 years out of it.
sure, maybe so, right? But how long? And then I mean, you see guys that get on gear probably have like 10 years, and maybe that adds in another like maybe more.
It depends. It depends on. Well, that's a
How
complicated
hard you're going on
Yeah,
that.
that's a very complicated thing. But yes,
But you look at someone who lifted until they were 22, and then got like obviously something happened there, and then they probably have 10 years of like hard competing in powerlifting, competing in bodybuilding, aside from like the very far outliers.
Yeah, the crazy elites. Yeah.
Yeah, and on the low end, guys that will like get on gear, get tits, have a heart attack,
have no results.
So those are the really bad, and most people are in the middle, right?
Yeah.
And most people in the middle, you get like 10 years.
It's a bell curve.
And so you get that. That's not much time. You might be injured for 6 months, and it's like, well, that's a 20th of your 10-year run, right?
Yeah.
And then it takes another few months to like get back into it and stuff. So if there's one thing I could point out, it would just be like not being injured. Right, knock on wood, like never failed max bench presses as many times as anyone. Now I'm a little bit worried about my pecs being, but never felt. Yeah,
because you had you had like a minor little tear, right?
No.
Oh, I thought you did. Okay.
No, but
well, you should be. I mean, you should be. It should always be on your mind, right? Don't get cocky, right? And I'm not saying you are.
It's probably gonna happen, but it hasn't happened so far, right?
but you keep progressing and you keep pushing the limit. And as you get, what's the most difficult part is as you get older, you have to slow the progression down.
Yeah.
So you're used to doing these bigger jumps, right, year after year, and then all of a sudden you get older and you're like, you may do 50% of that kind of jump that you did 5 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So it sucks, man, and the injuries make it that much harder. I have you too, him and me both. We have a good genetic propensity for growing muscle tissue, but my connective tissue is trash.
Yeah. Both of y'all?
Yeah. So I will pick something up, like I'll do like an RPE 6, right? Not heavy, not heavy at all, and something will tear. But it's always the connect. Whatever it connects to is what's tearing, right?
Or something will just pop completely out of where it should, with the groove that it should be in.
Yeah. It's not. It's really hard as you get older. I've kind of developed this scale along with RPE scale. It's a pain tolerance scale. So it's like, okay, where's my RPE at and what's my pain at? And then like, how are they intersecting, right? Because if I'm at RPE 6, but my pain's at a 9, something
probably should stop.
Right. That should. But if I'm at like a 5 and a 5, well, keep pushing it, right?
Yeah. So like, it was easy, but it hurt.
That's a problem. Right. If it's easy and it hurts, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's not good. And you go through it enough times and you get the experience that it's like, okay, I kind of know when to shut it down, and I don't. And that's why I have my coach. That's why I have my coach, because I'm really, really good at hurting myself, and it's really hard for me to say, okay, stop. I was like today, I had deadlifts today, and just came back from vacation. We'll talk about that in a second, actually. Just came back from a little short mini vacation, and so I'm like rested, and like I just ate a crap ton of really good food, so it should be good, right? I come back and 500s felt like I couldn't get 529 off the ground.
Okay.
Like, it was impossible. It hurt, and it was so heavy. And I'm like, well, what's going on? So then I went down to, I tried 529 4 times. I was gonna say. It never came off the ground. And then I was like, okay, then I dropped the weight and put 500 on. 500 was part of my warm up, and then went back down to 500, did at least 1. I'm like, okay, I did 1, and I set it down. And then I called my coach, and he's like, why didn't you shut it down? I'm like, because I wanted to do it.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
I'm not good at it, man. I'm not good. I will push myself until I break, and it's...
He needs that voice in his ear going, today's not the day.
Right.
Put it down.
That's the biggest thing that I have with that. That's the biggest advantage right now, is that I have a coach is reeling me back.
Yeah.
And it's working. It's helping. And I'm pushing my bench, bench harder and faster than I ever have. And it's bench is benching. Feels good. But yeah, so it's you gotta learn how to reel it back. It's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough. You'll get there, don't worry.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, and
sometimes you'll be forced to reel it back.
Sure.
Yeah. And you don't want to get to that point.
No, you don't. But yeah, I mean,
are you talking about from injury?
I'm just talking about listening to your body.
I was talking about. I don't know how to do that.
I know. We've had that discussion.
Yeah, nobody tells me what to do.
Yeah.
Not even myself.
Yeah, nobody tells me what to do.
Nobody. There, exactly.
Yeah, you'll start listening to your. I mean, as you get older, as being myself a little seasoned.
Yeah.
That you'll start listening to your body a bit more.
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
Yeah, I like that.
Or so it's just salt.
Are you his dad?
No.
Wow.
Sorry.
So flattered.
No. God, no.
So flattered. Okay, so that's a good.
I'm 45.
Okay.
How old do you think I am?
But you've said that I'm young a few times, but I thought you were in your 20s. I would think you're in your 20s.
Nice.
Oh, nice, dude. Really?
Yeah.
Appreciate that. I'm 38.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
You're
No,
fine.
don't
You're fine.
apologize. I feel fantastic.
That's good for him.
I'm
I'm gonna go cry in the corner.
Make
in a
him
minute.
feel like shit, but make me feel great. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can see how I would. Y'all are like standing next to each other, sitting next to each other.
We're
like-
brothers from different mothers.
Yeah,
and-
something like that.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. We finish each other's sentences
Yeah.
Which probably annoys our wives.
so much. It annoys the shit out of them. Absolutely. Yeah, I've been powerlifting. So I started powerlifting in 2003.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been doing this a long.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just started 5 years ago.
Okay.
6 years ago.
But were you like?
I mean, I was lifting. My father actually was a pro bodybuilder back in the 80s.
Wow.
Had his own gym.
Okay.
So I was lifting. He got me lifting when I was about 14.
Okay.
And so I'd been lifting, and then I just stopped because I decided to do more work than anything else.
Yeah.
Got back into it, moved up here, and Eric Labarge, Bad Santa, I don't know if you that is.
Yeah, man.
He actually we met during COVID.
Okay.
And he was like, you remind me of a buddy of mine. You want to come lift with me? And met him over at Woodland Strength, and he was like, you should try powerlifting competition. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. And it was fun, and I've been doing it ever since.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
But,
I started I started in high school, my sophomore year in high school in 2003.
Wow.
With one of the coaches we had. His name was Thel Walters.
Okay.
Thel Walters. This guy was incredible. Like late 60s, early 70s. Built like a tank, just super healthy. Like the guy was in phenomenal shape. We called him Bluebell Thel. He'd sit down and eat an entire half gallon of Bluebell in one sitting.
Jeez.
Yeah, he was a monster, but he had like 24-inch arms. Like the dude was huge.
Yeah.
Super good shape. And he kind of like he was talking to me about it and kind of talking me into it. And there was some, so I'm ADHD severely, and I'm on the spectrum. I have dyslexia, and I kind of deal with some stuff. So there's a lot of bullying going on.
Okay.
And he was like, it's a great outlet, So I kind of started experimenting around with lifting and like how I could manipulate manipulate movement patterns through that. And I just kind of fell in love with it. And then and it just kind of never really stopped. And then, I say that there was a big span of time when I met my ex-wife, and she just kind of ruined it. It kind of pulled me. It was right after I had my major hip injury in 2011. Was it 2011, 2012? Something like that. When I blew my right hip out on a 765 squat.
Wow.
And after that, the depression kicks in, all this stuff. And I still looked really good, but I wasn't lifting, and I got a little more puffy, but there was still a lot of tissue underneath. And so when I got with her, like I had already been not lifting. And like I say not lifting, I was in the gym and I was moving some shit around, but I couldn't power lift and I wasn't happy, right?
Yeah.
So we got together, I kind of got out of it. Still went to the gym, kind of like had periods of time where I'm like, okay, went to the gym and kind of started moving again, and tried to get down and squatting, and it just hurt. And then picked it back up in about 2016. Really started powerlifting again in about 2016. And then Yeah, and kind of started coaching then. Actually, my very first client I ever had was on the show last week. Mm-hmm. I started training him when he was 15 with me and another one of our buddies who passed a couple of years ago. And he's now like an international strongman, and he took it to like really far. He's stupid strong. He's deadlifting he's pretty close to a 9, so he's about 270-ish. He's pretty close to a 900 deadlift. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So I've been in this game a long time, man, and it's so fun. I'm not genetically gifted. I'm not genetic. Like my claim to fame is that 765 squat, and my best deadlift was a 585.
Okay. Bench and a shirt.
Bench, no, so all raw. Everything's always been raw. Yeah, so best bench was a 425.
Okay.
And then recently matched that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And it blew up. I think I've got more in me, but I kind of needed that to like hit that number I hit before, and I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Man, it felt good. Yeah, man. I've been chasing that PR for a while too. So it was nice being able to get that back. But this year, I think I told you about this. This year, road to 500, I'm going to hit my 500 bench for this year. Yeah, it will happen. So 500 bench at 242 will happen.
Sweet.
Yeah. And where's your bench at right now? 460?
Oh boy. Best ever 465.
Yeah.
I did 455 in the gym like a few weeks ago.
It looked good too. It looked smooth.
Looks better than 407 at a meet, huh?
What? That's wild, bro. That's wild to me.
I did 431 in a meet before.
Was it red light or?
No, it was good.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah, it's on open powerlifting.
Okay, nice.
And so, but yeah, I just couldn't tell you. And like let's see, I was probably 21 at the time.
Okay.
Big 21-year-old, but not near, like, I wasn't incline hammer strength chest pressing what I am now.
Yeah, right.
But I could bench, and I was benching just like all the time.
Did you ever have problems dumping?
No.
Is that why you went to incline? Why'd you go to incline?
Just build the upper chest. Like,
just for aesthetics?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just mean like the lifts that would indicate a higher bench press are mostly or all higher.
Well, it depends. Yeah.
But nothing on like I probably had hit close grip like 405 for 1 at the time.
Wow. All right.
And yeah, so I don't really have a good answer. I'm definitely not like benching as much as I once was.
I mean,
as often as I once was.
If you're not benching that much and it's that consistent, keep focusing on the squat. I mean, because you're gonna geek the numbers up on the squat and the squat and the deadlift.
Yeah, I like.
It seems like deadlift has been your focus for a while.
Yeah, it's just like it's fun. It's what I'm good at, you know. And if my like default thing is I don't bench. I'll do like, whatever machines or whatever for upper body, and I deadlift and I have to low bar squat because the low bar squat like helps my deadlift. And
okay. Got it.
So like if it was up to me, I would deadlift, I would leg press, and I would like hammer strength chest press.
Hey bro, maybe that's what you should do.
Well, but then my deadlift suffers because I'm not squatting.
Well, your squat, and your squat's interesting because it's you fold over almost
like an RDL.
Yeah.
You like fold over completely, and then it's it's like you come up out of it like that instead of it being like a nice, right? It's more of like
accurate. It's
pretty wild.
Yeah.
So people who don't know, where's your deadlift right now?
Right now, so I did 805 this past summer, in the gym, and then
casual 805.
I'm probably like around like I've done 710 for 5.
Damn. All right.
As well, and
that's touch and go, or that's reset?
Dead stops. Yeah. Straps, but dead stops.
That's okay.
And then squatted. Kind of in that probably like September of this past year, squatted 675.
Okay. Okay.
So there's a big gap there, but as far as like my
it's where you're built.
Build,
It's your build.
It's not like crazy.
You've got a long lever arm from the hip that you've got to come through, and it's that's understandable. The same thing, like you and me are switched, right?
Right.
I'm not a deadlifter.
Yeah.
But I'm very much an upright squatter, and I'm very much just in the quads and glutes, and I just kind of come up out of it.
Right.
That's fine. Everyone's got their thing, man. What would you say is your best lift that you like to do the most?
I mean, it's always been bench, but since going through some coaching, I think deadlift is starting to be
You
the
like
favorite.
deadlift. You're good at it. Yeah. You got a good pull.
That's been the most fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could say that.
And then see, for me, squats. I hate squats. I hate squats.
Squats are my favorite. I hate them because they hurt and they feel like shit.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah. And so, like, working out with you or with Devin, whose squats are stupid. I mean, just
Devin,
form.
our buddy Devin.
Devin the cop?
Yeah.
So he trained at Dubs. He got me out of a speeding ticket one time.
Oh, shit.
He trained at Dubs when I was over there. Yeah.
So he's my training. He's my training partner.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah,
Y'all had him on too, right?
Yeah.
And
Devin Brust.
yeah, his squat is just
it's
fantastic.
That bar is literally straight up and down. It's good. It's not it's as close to perfect as I've ever seen. But his issue is his upper back, it lets a little bit loose and the bar rolls a little bit, so he's a little off. We tighten that up, I think we get a couple 100 pounds.
Okay.
He's solid squatter. Yeah, he that's so funny. Yeah, small world. Yeah, Devin's a good dude, man. He's cool. He's another one of my clients. So he's I want to get his squat. I want to blow his squat up. I want to get his body weight where he wants to be, and I want to blow his squat up.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And his bench, we got to fix his bench.
Yeah.
He's got some shoulder stuff going on.
Oh, okay.
But you said something about a surprise? We might have a surprise.
Yeah, I just appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, man.
See here.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh. What do we have?
I hope you respect enough, but I got
Ooh, get some wood forest.
Oh,
nice.
wood forest. Yeah, man.
pretty cheeky.
Dude, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.
I think we should do something with that.
Now let's store it for later.
Okay.
Of course we're gonna do something. Hell yeah.
You should go ahead and bring out the hot chocolate.
Ooh.
I'm not making hot chocolate with that. No, God, no.
Okay.
Hell no. Good Lord, man.
That made me excited. Cool. Let's open it up and let it breathe for a little bit and see what we're dealing with.
So, all right. So you started training at 15, 16, correct?
Yeah.
So what was it that piqued your interest in doing powerlifting?
Oh yeah, versus bodybuilding, because you have been reading bodybuilding for so long.
Sure.
The muscle magazines.
Because you were saying earlier, you just kind of were like the strongest guys. You were like, you just wanted to get stronger.
Something like that. Well,
so nice.
Yeah. So let's see.
Oh yeah, that's gorgeous.
Powerlifting. So also the time with the timeline, like
Let that breathe for a minute.
I was under the impression that powerlifters were like fat, right? And like the only
You weren't the only one.
and the only thing that was out there at the time, if you just like YouTubed powerlifting prior
bloated.
to it was
big
just like
bloated
okay,
men.
and I'm kind of aware that they're like wearing suits or something.
Oh right,
It's like, well, that's what I don't. And then guys that like you start seeing really was that like Mark Bell super training like backyard meet. So Pete Rubish.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, well, like there's a guy. And then like y'all know David Trout, like D Trout powerlifter.
No.
Was kind of big in that time. So he was like he lives in Dallas, like 800-pound deadlifter.
Okay.
Pulled 832 at a meet at 242. And so he
Nice.
Yeah, strong guy, and just like probably 6 foot tall, long arm.
Okay.
We've got the same wingspan.
Built for it, yeah.
But just like jacked.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I was just like, okay, well, like I'm not 5'9" and like built like a bodybuilder,
right.
But I was just like kind of doing the bodybuilding thing. I knew I could deadlift, but I didn't like really know that powerlifting, the whole thing of it, I knew that it existed and stuff. And so my deadlift went from, this is all while I'm just like really gym lifting and maxing out on some stuff,
all the time.
All the time, yeah. So like 16 years old, first time I maxed out on deadlift in the gym, I had like 300 pounds of weights at my house.
Okay.
And like 15. And I remember doing like sets of 8, just like touch and go with that.
Nice.
And then first time in the gym, someone was like, like I said, what do you deadlift? I don't know. Well, let's see.
Let's do it. Yeah.
I did 405.
Okay.
And then by like a year later, let's see. Gosh, or not even, like when I was 17, I did 545 or something.
Solid.
And then 18, I think I did 605 for the first time. 19 did 700 for the first time.
Dude, solid.
And like we said, after that, it slows down. It probably took me until, let's see, 23 to hit 800. But
dude.
So powerlifting just kind of came on because I was strong. There was something I could do,
Yeah.
And then just one of my training partners did a meet. So back, we can keep this part small, but I went to the University of Houston, walked on the football team there, did spring ball, summer ball there, decided it wasn't what I wanted to do. Then I went to private school. We didn't have a football team. I was just like big. So got there, walked on, was on the team. After a while, I was just kind of like sick of it. Yeah. And so in this time, but still like lifting, trying to get big, eating and stuff. So then came out of that after like 6 months and did a powerlifting meet like pretty shortly thereafter.
Yeah.
So I was then 19 and it was just, had a buddy that did it. He was doing another one. I jumped in and I think I went 501, 357, 617 at my first meet.
Dude, that's solid bench for being that young. That's a solid bench, bro.
You'd think I'd be benching more. I'd be a bench prodigy,
dude, bench is a different animal. Bench takes years, and it takes just doing it a lot. Bench is a different animal than the other ones.
Yeah,
like it's just different.
It never fails. I mean, there's always that one aspect of, especially the powerlifting meet, where there's just that one event or that one number where it just seems way off from everything else.
Yeah.
And
or you can be like me and everything's the same.
Or be well rounded.
I'm at the fives. By the end of this year, I just want 5s across the board.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't care.
And so let's see, did that meet, and then that was in like April. That same summer, got talked into doing 2 bodybuilding shows.
Oh shit! Okay.
And so kind of went.
What weight did you hit in the bodybuilding shows? And what federation?
So I did one Musclemania that was like drug tested. Then I did the Branch Warren NPC. Mm-hmm. So I was probably, I had done a powerlifting meet at like 235 ish, and then I was just under 220 at the bodybuilding shows.
Cool.
And how tall were you?
Same height, 6'4". This is college.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's pretty lean.
Yeah. I look.
Yeah, I mean he's lean now.
Well, I know, but I mean
it's that's so there's he's genetic freak in here.
Must be nice.
It's. I know other powerlifters that can do that, but it's so rare. That's so rare. Just because mass moves mass, and the more mass you have, the better leverage you have.
Yeah.
So a lot of these guys kind of like, they should be in 242, but they're 275 or 308, right?
Yeah.
Because just because like, I can deadlift 10 more pounds if I get all this bloat.
Yeah.
Well, go the healthy route. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Keep the weight low, keep the bloat low, keep the fat low. You'll feel a lot better and you'll sleep better, and maybe get rid of the sleep apnea.
Yeah.
Did you ever have any aspirations of like really taking it to the next level, like compete IPF, compete worlds, all that kind of stuff?
So, I guess not. Like what I thought was cool was the guys that were doing was like Pete Rubish and like these big power. I mean, John Hack was like coming up at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And
John Hack's another one, looks phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yeah, and so I never really got into the IPF, or at the time like USAPL thing. I was at University of Houston. They had a big thing, but those were all just like nerds that were powerlifting and stuff. And so like I didn't fit in or didn't like that crowd.
Okay. Yeah.
The crowd that I liked was the
grit
and the like the untested crowd.
Yeah.
But I never went far in that because I never got on gear.
Yeah.
And so,
but you're right though. It is a different mentality.
Yeah.
It's a different mentality. It's like, okay, we gotta grind. We gotta make this happen.
Well, it's just that old school mentality. Right? Putting the work in, putting in the effort.
I was talking about earlier, man. I love that you said a bunch of these nerds. It's true. There are these guys that are like, oh well, they'll do one lift.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh well, if I change this by 2 degrees,
right.
I'll get another 5 pounds. Just lift the weight.
Sorry, I just thought about the that video that you did. The technical lifter.
Did you see that one that I did? I posted on. It was like 3 breeds of powerlifters, and the first one was like it's all about the angles.
Yeah,
all about the angles powerlifter.
Maybe I did. I think I did.
And I had like a square, and I was like put it by the deadlift, and I was like, and you just pull away. So there was it's all about the angles powerlifter. The other one was by the blood of my ancestors powerlifter, and then the I'll get to it eventually powerlifter. It's true though, like those are the most prominent breeds of powerlifters. So you're very much like more, not very much, but more on the blood of my ancestors.
Yeah, or that's what
just grip and rip, make it happen.
Appealed to me.
Yeah, dude, I feel you, man. I feel you. That's absolutely.
And so I guess it was a thing of like, I also didn't think I was like gifted for powerlifting. Like I went for so long and was just like, well, I'm not like one of these guys. And
bro, you're one of those guys.
Well, so by the time I was like, oh man, like I then kind of like other stuff was kind of like more important to me. Like I'd started my own business at this time and all this.
What's your business?
Real estate appraisal. So like,
this is yours that you do? This
is your
business?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, cool.
And so
Congrats, dude. That's what's up.
Thank you. So once again, like working a 9 to 5, and then your time is your own is kind of a different thing. So my first 800-pound deadlift was like the month that I quit my real job.
Okay.
And so that was not to say like my peak, because I'm still kind of like that same strength.
Yeah.
But that was the last time that I could like
really pushed it.
Clock out at 5 p.m. And then
forget about
be good. I would have been 23 years old and left. The company that I worked for was being sold to a bigger corporate appraisal firm.
Okay.
And I was just then getting all my licensing and everything at the time. I was given a job offer, like a big boy job offer for them. And I turned it down and went and started my own thing.
Okay.
And so at that time it was like, well, I might be about to get on steroids, but also I have all this other stuff to do, some of my life to figure out.
Okay.
My guy that owned the house that I was living in at the time, or my roommate that also owned the house, got a girlfriend that moved in with her kid, and I had to leave there, which is like, it's cool, training partner as well. But
are y'all still good?
Yeah, he's my boy. Yeah, so you know Katie, who ran the Iron City powerlifting. So it's her. It's her. Like it's her boyfriend.
Oh, her boyfriend. Okay.
That she moved in with her kid.
Interesting. Yeah.
And so it was cool.
Yeah.
And
she's cool as shit. Like, shout out to Katie. She's Katie Wolford. She's cool as shit.
And he was 30 also. Like I was young, and he was just like, hey man, like I think moving my girl. Also, it's not as cool. You know, it was fun when we were young and powerlifters and stuff, but I don't know if I really like want a roommate anymore.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. It was his place, or
yeah, he owned the house.
So then, yeah, that's fair.
And we were just on a thing of like, well,
you didn't have a formal contract.
We had said we'll do this until one of us doesn't want to do it anymore. Yeah. So it was cool. So, but either way, like then I had to like find another place to live.
Yeah.
And moved and it was all good, right? But
that's
like,
still stressful.
Yeah. And starting my business.
You're right.
And so
that's a lot at one time.
Had a lot of stuff going on. Ended up doing another like a USPA drug tested me, or then USPA said, hey, we're going to put up $10,000 for this Corpus Christi powerlifting meet. It's drug tested. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to hold off. Yeah. That was like in April. And then by then I did it and the business had taken off. And then kind of like, well, we'll put that off for a while. And then, so just kind of a few things that went on at that time that ended up being like, I'm not going to be a power lifter. Like I got other stuff going on in my life.
I mean, you can still. I mean, you don't have to make it your full-time gig.
Sure, right.
Especially you genetic freak. But you know you.
Cute little pet name he's getting for you now.
Yeah, that's your name. That's your name. That's gonna be the name of this episode. Is Nate the genetic freak. Where's your mind at now though? Are you still? No, it seems like you're still in this startup phase. You're going to be in the startup phase for the next couple of years. It's part of owning a business. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've owned and operated many businesses over many years. And you're never really out of that startup mentality.
Yeah.
So it'll always be on your mind. You're always going to be obsessed with it.
Yeah.
So that being said, like, are you still in that same kind of mindset, or do you feel like you're slowing down a little bit and like, okay, I can focus a little more on this and maybe start pushing it again?
I don't think so. Like, I hate to say,
it's your journey.
But I like what I go in the gym and do now.
Yeah.
Like,
do you still want to go on the platform and just compete for the sake of competing?
Not now.
Okay.
Like, maybe down the line at some point. But also, like, I was kind of at the same time, I was at the point of like adding 2.5 to 5 kilograms to
and that
each
gets
lift.
monotonous as shit.
Yeah, and so then the powerlifting meets became, like, I think one year I did 3 meets, which was fun.
Yeah.
And I like added some to my total each time. And then they started being like, okay, well, 8 months. And then it was like, okay, I'm just going to do 1 a year.
Yeah.
And then it was, let's see, I did a meet in, would have been early 2023, and I totaled probably like 1850.
Okay.
And then I did a meet in, 2022, totaled like 1850. 2023, 1864. So better, but I was just like, it took me a year to add just like a little tiny bit to each one. And some people love competing.
For the sake of competing.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not that, or I would have to switch my mentality to be I love to like go there and hang. And it was honestly at that meet, the Clang and Bang one, I was just like, you know what, this will be good, like for fun. You know, I didn't like peak for it, but I would just like kept the training up and stuff. And I was like, this isn't fun.
Okay.
Like, it was like powerlifting was something that was very satisfying to work hard at and do well at.
Yeah, right.
But and then that like showed on the platform, but it wasn't something, I think, that was like, well, I don't have fun on meet day. That's just like something that's necessary to do with all of this other stuff.
Got
so
it.
There wasn't so the passion's not there for the competing.
So the passion's there for the training, but not pushing the envelope.
Yeah.
So, that makes sense.
So like on some days I'll, the walk into the gym and I've got my headphones in and I feel like I could lift the world. And I can still go in and like rip up everyone in the gym
and you don't have to
stairs
compete to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
And some days I go, oh gosh, I don't want to do this today.
Yeah.
And I go in and I do
Most days.
and I go in and I do my thing and it's cool. But to really be like hard in it, I would want that feeling like when I was 20 or 21 that like every day I'm going in and I'm just like, man,
Yes.
So
no, dude, that's fun. Absolutely. Everybody's on their journey. Everybody's doing the same thing, and I think that's a noble. It's a noble thing to take a step back and like, okay, here's my life, everything's compartmentalized. Here's my life. Here's everything that I have going on, and to step back and be like, okay, just because I've been doing this and I've, in a sense, defined my life in this way for X number of years, be like, nah, I'm gonna do this. That takes balls to be able to do that and to further your life in that way. Now so we had the pleasure of meeting your girlfriend, fiance, Megan, girlfriend Megan,
Sarah.
I'm sorry, where am I getting Megan from? Sorry, Sarah. Super sweet, super awesome. Yeah. Is she in that mindset as well? It's like, okay, like this is happening and kind of moving in this direction.
As far as our relationship?
Yeah, like furthering your life and being a part, like from a long-term perspective. Is that part of it?
Yeah. And so, and it kind of works out, like, she's not the first one to be with me in this stage of my life, but that was one of the things that came in to be like, okay, well, I've got this business going. I've got lifting, and then I've got, you know, a girlfriend, and the girlfriend thing is a lot harder to keep up when the lifting is more than just like an hour in the gym a day, and then I'm out. And like bodybuilding was the worst version of that because the diet as well. I never made it through a bodybuilding prep never ended a bodybuilding prep with the same girl I started it with.
Man.
And so,
dude, it's tough. Dude.
Yeah.
Psychologically, it messes you up.
And so
people haven't been through that.
Yeah.
What's a constant state of hangry?
Yeah.
It's worse than
and
that,
you're not going to dinners, you're not going to and so it kind of like on one of our first dates that she had like found me on Instagram. I later found out that she had stalked me way longer before.
Good choice of words.
Yeah, but on one of our first that she had, you know, admitted to finding out my last name and searching and all that. She was like, so this lifting stuff, do you...
Lifting stuff.
Because she, like, our first date, I kind of asked her about it, and she's like, oh, you know, I do, like, Pilates and this and that. You know, you saw her, you know, she
stays healthy.
Little girl, yeah. And I kind of, like, I was like, oh, yeah, I, you know, go to the gym, too. And went on, and then she found my Instagram, and it's like, so... What's the deal with this, you know, lifting thing? And I was like, well, I'm kind of like retired from it. And I think that was a little bit of like a relief to her.
Oh, really?
Not to say, and I had already like,
I
didn't quit because I started dating this girl or anything. But that was like a little bit easier for her to take because she was like, oh, okay, so you're not like
obsessed.
Yeah, I guess so. And
did she have previous relationships where guys that were obsessed in that kind of either bodybuilding or powerlifting?
Dude, so like never dated a guy over 200 pounds. Maybe a guy over 6 feet tall here and there.
Okay.
But like just she was in a sorority, just dated like little California sorority as well. Yeah. Just like dated these little guys. And
these little guys.
And so
it's true. Yeah, it's 200 pounds. I'm sorry. I know there's guys like in it. There's guys out there powerlifting.
I know where we're going with this.
I'm sorry. But eat. Yeah. Put some weight on you. If mass moves mass, muscle moves even more. Put some muscle on your body.
True.
Get healthy. Unless you're 5'2" or 5'3".
I was gonna say, but if they're a certain height.
Yeah, that's different. But
under 5'9" will give you a pass.
Yeah,
5'9" and over, you gotta be over 200.
At least fill out your frame.
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna say most men, vast majority of men at 5'9" or more, 5'8" or more. Come on, let's be real. 5'8" or more can easily fill out 200 pounds. Don't be victim weight. Get out there, lift some weight, do some stuff, build some muscle. You'll feel better.
It's a lot harder to kidnap you.
Yeah,
man. I'd love some people try to kidnap me. I'll just go limp.
Just dead weight.
Yeah. Unless it's Nate over here kidnapping me. There's not too many people out there who can do it.
Yeah, they're just gonna be like, oh look, practice weight.
Yeah. He just throws me up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
just burp you. Oh, thanks.
Yeah, my burp though. Just shake the walls.
But yeah, so it's kind of an adjustment for her. Like I later find out she had kind of a thing of like, oh, this guy might be too big. I don't know if I like this. Like this might be
interesting.
And yeah, I didn't know that like exists. I was just like,
I thought
6'4", 260. I thought that was like the thing,
I don't
right?
know. We're men. We don't know what women want. We're like because we spend our lives trying to like work ourselves up for other men because it's like I like this, so she must like it too.
No. We try to work ourselves up for girls, but it's usually the guys that are like, bro, looking
big,
look at Big King.
Yeah, no girls are having me on their podcast.
That's so weird.
But now,
if we were girls, we'd still have you on.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
God, I'd be an ugly girl. I'd be an ugly girl.
We'd be
so bad.
Whatever.
We'd be the wicked stepsisters.
Yeah. Thank God we're men.
Yeah. Thank God. Yeah.
Because we can get by with being ugly.
It's true.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Way to agree. What the hell, bro?
I laid it up. I was seeing how it would go. It didn't go well. So that's okay. My confidence will eventually come back.
There you go. So
anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We're good. We're good now. I heard at one point one of her sisters was like, hey, so do we like him, or is he too like Jolly Green Giant for you?
Too Jolly Green Giant.
But yeah, so I don't know. She's down with me. Like we went to George Strait was playing at College Station, at the Kyle Field, and we went out and we go to a bar. One guy comes up and he's just like, man, if there's a cowboy in this whole place, it's you. You're a big. I was like, oh, thanks. It's our third date. And she's like, oh, that was weird. And I was, oh yeah, weird. And then another guy comes up and is like, man, do you play at A&M? And I was like, no, why? He said, man, me and my dad had a bet over there. We just thought it would be weird if you did. And she was like, does that happen a lot? I said, oh no, that's weird. And it was just like, oh, everywhere I go every day. But at the time I was like, oh no, that's so weird that two people came up and said something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. So it took the girl from the sorority girl from California. It took her a minute.
You played that beautifully.
Adjust to
you played that really well. Because that shit happens to us. I mean, if you get to a certain size, you get to a big dude, and people are like, man, you're a big.
You're a big guy.
Yeah, and we're not good at accepting compliments.
No,
and we get super awkward and weird about it.
And then we start questioning if they were just trying to mess with us.
Yeah, like, are you gaslighting me right now?
Yeah.
They're like, what'd you say, bro? It's like, dude, we said you look good. They're like, what'd you say?
What do you mean by that? Yeah, you just messing with me.
Yeah, so we get that a lot. Then it's equally weird, but at the same time, like, because we're men and because like men are constantly pursuing some form of like positive reinforcement, it's kind of built in our DNA just as being men. We don't get. This kind of goes into the mental health aspect. Like, men don't get enough praise for the things that we do in the same way that we praise women, right? And it's equally nice to hear, but at the same time, it's like we don't hear it enough. So it's like I don't know how to
hard
take
to hear.
this.
I
don't know how to take it.
Yeah.
So it's but yeah, no, it's that happens. That happened to us at the Did that happen to us at the cigar place? At the cigar? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it did, right? Super weird. Cool. All right, so this has been breathing for a good, 15, 20 minutes.
Not bad. Actually.
Oh, yeah, much better. Yeah, opened up. That's beautiful, man. Yeah. And we'll be right back. Even starting the podcast, I was like, hey, like, I have this idea.
That'd be fun.
What do you think about it? And he's like, oh, yeah, that'd be fun. I'm like, okay, I'm coming tomorrow.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then, no.
That sucks.
Well, throw that away. I hope you have another. You have more another ice. Are we gonna have to go peasant ice now?
No, I got it. Good, we're good.
Damn,
that's a bummer.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Yeah, that happens.
Yep.
Before you set anything down there, let's get a paper towel and some, or just.
It broke into the glass.
All right. Well, you're a tough guy. Yeah, cool. You do you.
Are we on?
Okay. And we're back. Okay. So yeah, we're just talking about Zach Bingham. So he knows Zach, who was on before. If you haven't seen that episode was Be a Good Bro. Go back and watch that. But yeah, so Zach. What were you saying?
Just that. Man, what a guy.
Yeah.
Solid dude.
Super good.
I don't know if he'll say it out loud, but he majored in philosophy at Baylor and flew Black Hawk helicopters in the military.
Yeah.
And looks like he does and got his MBA. Mm-hmm. His dad is a pastor.
Yeah. Works for a Fortune 200 company.
And raises longhorns.
Yeah.
And just like, what a guy. And yeah, so he handled me at my last meet. And he
super humble too. Like you never, unless you pulled that out of him, you wouldn't.
Yeah. Right.
Solid dude.
And it was kind of one of these things. Like he knew I was doing the meet, and then at some point at the gym, we were both training at Iron City at the time, and he said, he was like, "Oh man, you doing that?" And I'm gonna be. He said he was gonna be there with one of his buddies, Reese.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
Reese. Bro, sorry.
Cool.
I don't know if he told you. He tell you a story about Reese?
No,
Reese's
I don't know
500
Reese.
bench press.
Oh, huh.
So just real quick.
ahead,
Get to the story. So his buddy, him and Reese.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Slancha.
Yeah. Dill pickle. Ooh,
it's good.
That's nice.
That's nice, man. That's a really good one.
Oh man, it's stopped up. I can't get any.
Oh, that's super warm.
Oh, it's warm.
Beautiful
it's nice.
caramel.
I mean,
vanilla.
I see. I'm getting a lot of char.
Yeah, a lot of char up front with the vanilla, but not caramely char.
No.
Yeah.
It's like it's a tobacco char.
Yeah. I agreed. But yeah, so story about Reese. He and I, not that I know Reese really well. I've met him a couple of times. He's super good dude too. But him and Reese go way back. Reese broke his humerus.
He did tell me that.
Yeah, doing a 500 bench, and he was like, he heard a crack, right? And gonna find out like his humerus fucking separated. It was broke the humerus. Insane, bro. Insane. But he had like hit it. He had like, if I remember correctly, I could be getting this wrong, but he had hit it before, and he was like, "Oh, like that hurt," you know. Like, dude, 500 beds and broke his humerus. Insane. Anyway, sorry.
But yeah, so he was gonna be there.
Yeah.
And cool. And he said, "Do you have anyone?" I didn't have anyone to handle me.
Yeah.
And so he was gonna handle me. Then like day before the meet, Reese said he wasn't gonna be able to come, and so Zach like still came just to drove 7 hours down to South Padre.
Yeah.
And
solid.
Yeah,
Zach's a
came.
good dude.
We stayed at the Airbnb and stayed up at night, like smoked cigars, talking, hanging out, and got to know him.
Oh man,
cool guy.
I wish it wasn't so cold. We would have done cigars tonight. I don't know if you were good with cigars, but
absolutely.
it would have been good.
That would have been perfect too.
Too cold. Especially with this. This is fantastic. So yeah, let's kind of break this down a little bit. And then we'll kind of get in more into the Zach thing as well. Yeah, vanilla, caramel, a little bit of caramel.
I'm getting this of the ethanol from just being stopped
almond. I kind of get like a roasted almond. Stays in the cheek beautifully, nice and light.
I'm getting citrus.
You get the citrus, yeah. There's definitely a citrus, but I get kind of an almond as well, like an almond. Not a roast. Well, maybe like a roasted almond, but
yeah. See, my taste buds are off because all I'm getting is the char and that citrus. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why.
Dude, this is solid, bro. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah,
nice.
absolutely.
Dude, this is awesome.
Really
what a
appreciate
treat
it.
for us. Okay, you said you met Zach in Iron City?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. How long had you known him before that Pioneer opened? Just to go how good of a dude Zach is.
Like
couple months?
Yeah, couple months.
And you had just seen him a couple times?
Talked in the gym. Yeah.
Zach was one of my clients. And I kind of rebuilt his chest. I do a lot of bodywork stuff too. So rebuilt his chest and got him to get the 350 bench with no pain. That was kind of the goal that we did. And we had been working together, and he's a USPA judge. And I had a client that was competing in Louisiana, and he's from there. And I was like, dude, I know you're going to this meet. I can't go because my wife, like, we just had a baby and all this stuff. And there's just no way I could get away from home, go to Louisiana. So I was like, would you mind just kind of watching out for him and kind of just helping him out? It was like his like second meet he'd ever done. He was a kid. And yeah, he did it, man. He's just a solid, just upstanding human being. And he's helped me kind of with some squats. I've posted some squats.
Yeah.
And like he's a 700, just over 700 squatter, and I'm like having to relearn everything. And so him and I were kind of going through stuff. Just such a good dude, man.
Yeah.
So one thing I did want to get into a little bit, your journey, like opening your own business and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, and you kind of just glazed over it. That's a lot. So it's hard. It's not easy. And if you own your own business out there, you know how hard it is.
Kind of always wanted to run my own business. Thought that would be a lot like further out thing. Was just like, okay, so I'm gonna like go to college. I'm gonna get a job somewhere. Through people that I talked to, kind of like sales was, people were like, hey man, you go out, you get a job in sales.
Yeah, you figure it out.
Do that for a while.
Yeah.
Make some money.
God, that's good.
And then you can.
That's great.
Not to interrupt. I'm getting like now that I'm actually starting to open up, like a chocolate covered cherry. Like a dark chocolate and cherry.
I can see the cherry. I'm not getting the chocolate, but I'm getting
when it sits in the back of the tongue.
I'm getting
breathe out.
I'm definitely getting like a.
So you're getting vanilla.
I'm
Almost like
getting
a creme brulee.
No, not a creme brulee. More like a Madagascar roasted vanilla.
Oh, okay.
But I can see the cherry for sure. I'm not getting a chocolate though, but I'm getting a tobacco.
See when I breathe out, and I can the flavors kind of go over the tongue.
Yeah.
I get like a dark chocolate.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for it. But I haven't made anything.
That's just me.
This is, you've seen it, right? You've seen the episodes?
Yeah.
So, sorry, we're all over the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're always breaking down the whiskey. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
So always like wanted to run my own business. Thought that sales was going to be the first thing into that, and so graduated and had no job. Or so went in marketing was the closest to like a sales degree. There were lots of things like that. Graduated, didn't have a job. My brother-in-law is in medical sales, and he had kind of like suggested, well, that's like a good sales position that you can get into. And so I got a job. Let's see, I graduated in August, and then was like just working bouncing at the time, and
been there,
whatever jobs, and then started in February. So it took a few months, and was just out of college as well. Was like not in really a rush, but yeah. So got a job in February doing in a technical role for Stryker Medical, setting up equipment for endoscopic surgeries. So scopes and screens and stuff like that for people to go in and.
It's a neighbor.
And do surgery, and so did that for. Let's see, February, and then around August.
Wow. Okay, not even a year.
Yeah,
6 months.
Got called in, and hey, some people at the hospital here that we're contracted with have been requested that you were taken off the account.
Okay.
Was 21 years old, messed up on a few things, had a bit of I was told, so you kind of have somewhat of a I don't really give a shit attitude, that some people have commented on. And I was more of a, listen.
A little more laissez-faire.
I come here, I do my job mostly well, and I head home.
You're a kid.
What more do you guys want from me?
Yeah. Screw it up.
Also, accused of being on Instagram kind of a lot, and, which fair.
That's also when you were like at the height of your powerlifting too.
Yeah.
So I get that.
And so was told. Got my boss was on vacation. My boss's boss called me in one day at lunch and said, "Hey, so you've been requested to be taken off the account. If you promise to do your damnedest," and I remember the way he said it, "we will move you to a different account, and you can go to a different hospital essentially, and don't mess it up this time."
Damn.
And I said okay, and I got home, and I was just like, oh shit, I'm probably gonna mess up at the next one too. Started like applying for jobs. Got a call from my boss's boss, and super nice lady. She said, "Hey Nate, how's it going?"
Pretty bad actually.
I said, okay.
Thanks for the call. I don't know. This is unusual.
She said, well, seeing everything that has happened, we've just decided to terminate you.
Jeez, dude.
And I said, okay. And in my mind, I'm just like, don't say thank you.
Yes,
like, okay. Is there anything else you need from me? And she said, no, I think that will be it.
Yeah.
I said, okay, bye. And
done.
21 years old, fresh out of college.
Yeah.
First job in the real world. Yeah. Fired. I'm just like, maybe this is not for me, dude. I like the real world. Like, I don't know. What am I going to do?
Bro, it's part of life, man. Absolutely.
Well, 21 years old and in the corporate world. That's
tough, man.
Yeah.
That's tough.
I wasn't in the corporate world when I was 21.
Oh, hell no. No, I was bartending.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I was waiting tables at bartending at 21.
Yeah, dude.
So I
was doing marketing for a timeshare company.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah, I'm making money.
Yeah,
I'm making money. Well, I didn't sleep well at night, but I make good money.
And so I went to the gym, and I saw my buddy there. I was gonna work out with, and we were going, man, are you okay? It's like,
I've been better.
I just got fired from my job, man. Is the first guy I told, and he's like, oh, what is everything okay? And I just said, I guess so. Let's work out. Oh, we'll add in rewind. Let's see. May of that year, while working the job, I was arrested under suspicion of intoxicated driving.
Wow.
That was later dismissed, but had not been dismissed at that time. So I was.
The problem is you're too relaxed. So they're like, there's no way this kid is this relaxed right now.
And no 21-year-old should be this chill.
Yeah, you like,
unless you're under the influence.
Yeah. I guess so.
Sup, bro?
And so
What's up, bro?
later came out to be, this is really airing it all, later came out to be 0.084.
Oh,
So
wow.
quite buzzed driving.
Yeah.
You know, 0.04 over the legal limit.
Yeah.
But there was enough of margin of error there that it was later dismissed.
Yeah, and also that depends. That because stress level. A lawyer can argue that
Exactly.
So
it's
been dismissed.
But it's been dismissed.
Statute of limitations is over. We're
I'm
good to go.
self-employed now. Probably always will be.
Yeah. More whiskey. There you go.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And so, but that was still pending, and I had been fired from my job.
Yeah.
And I had spent all my money really on a lawyer. It's $5,000.
Of course.
And so, anyways. It was a tough time. Was 8 months into a 15-month apartment lease, my first official apartment,
And first apartment. Dude.
And so lots of things going on at the time.
Yeah, man.
15-month lease, God.
But you get a better price.
Get a better price.
15
Yeah, I know.
Been there.
I got a good job,
too.
right?
Yeah.
I was like, Stryker Medical, I could pay for this. Had bought a truck as well.
That's so scary.
So was making payments on that. And anyway, so it was tough time.
That's a rough year.
And,
That's a rough year.
Yeah.
But
That's a stressful year.
Yeah, but the best lifting year he's ever had.
dude, was lifting at Alphalete in Sugar Land.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Dude, and that's a $120. Well, I don't know what it was.
At the time, it was $50 a month.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't, but Russ Wool was there at the time.
Yeah.
Wait. How much is it?
150 now or 120?
A month?
Yeah. Alphaland? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
But yeah, so it was just a tough time. Tough time. August of 2019 also, and so let's see. Then went back to bouncing.
Yeah,
just to to go into debt slower at the time. Just to mitigate
Increase the margin of debt.
Yeah,
it's not bad. That's that way of looking at it.
My cousin was a real estate appraiser. And so we had lunch at one point, then like a month later he texted me and like, hey, I need pictures of like this house or this. Can you go? I'll give you I'll pay you. And so I started picking up like a little bit of work, like $20 at a time for him.
Okay.
And then just through talking to him, and he was talking about needing to hire someone, and it wasn't me, but I said,
love you, bro.
Thanks,
cuz.
But I said, hey man, I'd like texted him or called him one night. I was like, if you're gonna hire someone already, like hire me, dude. And it wasn't easy. Like he said, well, like listen to some podcasts, read this article, let me know what you think.
But that's why he wouldn't hire you, because he needed someone with some experience. He needed somebody who knew more about it.
And just to know what I'm getting into.
I was gonna say,
that's fair.
The
That's
whole
fair.
business and family thing,
right?
Usually is kind of rough.
And so the things working to my advantage was he worked out of his house, and so then eventually I end up based on and I was like, do you want me to write down a value proposition for you of why I think
And that's where Bauer's kicking in right there. Good job, man.
And so he said, sure. And so I wrote down a lot, one of which was like he worked out of his house and had 2 young kids and a wife there. And I was like, well, you work from home. You likely are not going to have someone else come into your house, or like that's at least a thing. I'm your cousin. I come to the house. That's like, also like, listen, I'm not above running personal errands for you, doing any, like I took his car to get an oil change at one point,
The job, bro.
Just I was like, I'll do it.
Personal assistant, I got you.
Right. And so I was hired on $15 an hour part-time in like November of 2019 to work for him. And so that over the next couple months ended up being, oh, hey, do you want, like, hey, listen, I can come in tomorrow. And so that like became full-time over a few months, still $15 an hour, But once again, like still bouncing,
yeah,
still like picking up.
and you're learning a skill. Like there's there's $15 an hour, yes, but you're young, you're learning a skill, you're transitioning, all that kind of stuff. There's pros and cons.
Yeah,
that's great.
And so that started my 2 years of work. Let's see, that next April was out of my apartment lease, had a cool apartment in City Center.
Okay.
Went to living with my buddy in Hockley at his house.
Whatever.
But it was like half the cost of my rent over there,
Right.
And COVID had started. So my apartment in the city wasn't so valuable anymore because nothing was going on. And anyway, so that started the 2 years of working for my cousin. And at the end of, you accumulate so many hours, both like coursework and experience hours to get your license and certification.
Right, yeah.
So towards the end of that, he kind of announced to me and the other, at the time there were two more guys working for him, hey, this large appraisal company has offered to buy me out along with like us going with it.
Yeah.
And I am doing it. So,
good luck.
Well, if y'all would like to come along.
Yeah. Okay, so you had the offer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so kind of like the morning of, let's see, I'd gotten licensed, I notified him, and he was just like, well, great, congratulations. Anyway, where are you headed today? And this is still before the transition to the new company.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, I guess at the same pay, I'm headed to, this. And that, like, that
That's
night.
That's why you said it? That's
No. But I was like, oh,
that's
really
thought process.
That's all right. Yeah. And so that night, I had my 2-week notice, like, typed up.
Yeah.
And then he texted me that night and said, hey, tomorrow morning, I've been working on this all day. I've got this offer that I'll give to you. I've been talking to the higher ups on what we can offer you.
All right, good.
And so the next day, it was revealed later on to be a 6-figure offer.
Okay.
I didn't know at the time what it would be. I figured it was something around there, just based on like the amount of money that someone brings in.
Was happening.
Yeah. Right. And but he said, "Hey, you interested in hearing an offer? Or are you kind of like just ready to do your own thing, or like how are you feeling?" And I just said, "Man, I'm ready to do my own thing.
Hey, dude,
I appreciate everything that you've done for me.
He nursed you up in it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And so I spent 2 more weeks working there.
Yeah.
And got a little raise, 2 more weeks working there. Then I was out on my own. So this is
22.
November of 22.
Okay.
Yeah. And so then worked there until like Thanksgiving-ish week.
Yeah. Right.
Then was out.
Yeah.
I was out on was like unemployed, self-employed after that,
Now, did you, you had already been doing it for 2 years, so I'm assuming you had some connections built, you had some relationships that were could help you branch out a little bit more?
Or at least the knowledge of
how to do it?
Yeah. So not necessarily connections with like the clients and stuff like that, but I knew who all the clients were. I knew, and so, and by that time, like who I was, it's kind of a weird thing going in my mind going, oh, I'm going to be like competing with my cousin's business. Yeah. But at that time, by then, my cousin
had already been.
He's a large corporate appraisal firm.
Yeah, he had already moved on.
So it was like, well, it's kind of a different. So started my own thing. November, the rest of November was like pretty slow. I remember like I got one order before the
before the first year,
or before the end of the month.
Okay,
and it was just like it was $900, which is like I had rent.
Yeah,
and it was like under my own business, and I was just like, it works. I called my butt. I've never, it's the ups that are exciting.
Yeah.
Obviously, I do a lot of orders now. I've never had a single one that was more exciting than that first.
Oh yeah, it's that first kill.
Calling my buddy on the phone.
Yeah.
We did it. We did it. And so
it's the same thing as like mounting the first dollar you ever make on the wall.
Yeah,
it's the exact same thing. Yeah, absolutely.
And so through November, December, a few things trickled in enough to like pay the bills. I also once again like had to move and do all this stuff.
You're right. Yeah.
And but then like January of that year, like the first of the next year, the real estate market was still booming. So that's like January
right after COVID,
23.
Yeah. COVID had just ended in August or whatever it was. And people were coming back ready to invest, all that shit.
Yeah. And
you had a good time. So
then things were like pretty fortunate that things took off like pretty fast.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And was at the new 2-roommate house, rents $600 a month.
Yeah.
And I'm just like chilling at the dining room table up till like 1 a.m, just typing away on things.
Yeah.
So it was sweet, man. And so lived there for another year and a half.
Right.
Just like saving money and kind of getting things built and stuff like that. But that first, kind of what you might be getting at is like quitting. Lots of long walks in the dark around the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Just going
contemplating life.
Yeah,
am I making the right decision? Is this what I want to do?
Number one, like getting
there's no turning back.
Yeah, getting fired was that same feeling. Just like, okay, this didn't work. Oh, this is not going the way that I thought it was going to go. And even, it's a leap, but like fast forward 2 years, same time of year, same. I just remember like it's getting cold. And I'm walking around, getting some steps in the neighborhood at dark. So I didn't have anything else to do. Just like thinking.
And you're so stressed,
Yeah, just like thinking about stuff.
Yeah, dude.
But I hope this works. This better work out. What's gonna.
And you probably still have some of those nights. It's that's still there. If you're truly obsessed, to make a business work. And I've said this. Some of the best advice I've ever gotten from a business mentor that I had was, and I say this all the time, right? It's if you're good at something, never do it for free, and bite off more than you can chew and chew like hell.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
Right? And it's that grind. It's that constant grind. And the only way that you can grind like that is you have to be obsessed.
Yeah.
You have to, it has to consume your thoughts. And there's pros and cons to that, right? The con to that is it consumes your thoughts and it's exhausting.
Yeah.
And it's tough, man. It's really hard. And it never gets easier. Because I'm assuming if you're constantly like selling and opening up a new business and then selling that business, like it gets easier because it's the same thing, right? You can get this cyclical mindset, but
no, it constantly consumes you.
It constantly consumes you, but it gets easier. Like if you're doing the same business, literally the same business, and constantly selling it, and then doing the same thing over and over again, like you get into a rhythm and routine. You can make it work easier. But when you're like doing different businesses all the time, like it's always something new and fresh. And it's like, oh, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to make this work. So you just have to force it. You just gotta force making it work. It's not easy. It's tough.
Yeah.
Now you're 2 years. You're
So
right
you
at
just celebrated 2 years.
So 2 years and 3 months.
Maybe I'm getting these years.
Because you said November of 22.
I just celebrated 3 years in November.
Okay.
So maybe I'm a year off. So I worked there from November of 2019 to November of 21.
So you were there 2 years and now you're at 3.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So what has as a business owner, have you seen the kind of normal like blah, 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 or has it been pretty nice and steady?
Steady in the annual, but blah, 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 blah.
It's also real estate too.
Flow with each.
Yeah. Real estate has this normal kind of cyclical. And is your business following the normal
economic cycle?
The norm from a real estate perspective, the normal kind of cycles. Are you following that trend?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
When interest rates are low, people are refinancing and buying houses. Right. When interest rates are high, people are holding.
Which the past year has not been good for you.
Yeah. And so I think, let's see, the main thing has been like what I tell people all the time. When times are bad in the industry, keeping things as good as they can be, and then when times are good, really capitalizing on it. Right. And so, I mean, things are going quite well. So I'm never hungry.
You're paying the bills.
Yeah. But sometimes things are going really, really well.
Yeah.
And then when things aren't, that's it's when I'm like in the gym a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'm like mountain biking in the middle of the day.
Yeah, yeah.
Or, I try to like, instead of just sulking, refreshing the email at my house, try to, yeah.
Something came in.
Right. I try to, make the most of that time because sometimes it's going to be busy and I'm going to only go to the gym 3 days a week because I've got so much work to do and all this stuff. And so, but.
Would you like to do another pour for us?
I think I would.
Me too. That's very nice. That's pleasant.
So you would say that going to the gym, lifting and doing your bike riding is therapeutic, helping with the mental health
man.
aspect of it all.
I was telling someone the other day, it's like the gym has maybe been the single most beneficial thing of my life, but maybe not because of what it brings in the gym.
No, fair.
Right?
100%. No, I love that. Yeah, absolutely.
Deadlifting 800 isn't very useful, but trying to do it for a long time is therapeutic, and just then you start a business and you're at zero, and then working, bang your head against the wall for 4 weeks.
So much crossover.
And then you gain 30 pounds on a lift in 2 weeks, and so you bang your head against the wall, and then you get 3 clients, and they all send you work within the first little bit, and you go, "Oh my gosh, this is great!"
Yeah, but you have to grind and do that. It has to be that constant grind. Man.
Yeah, and then it lulls a little bit. So I think just I'm assuming it's the same for anyone in any hobby that's a similar not linear, but like that.
Oh yeah,
people
absolutely.
draw the connections. But me personally, I think lifting is the best metaphor for anything.
I say that constantly. It's the bar is a great teacher.
Yeah,
it teaches you invaluable lessons of how to grind, of how to push through things, of
how to be humble,
be tenacious, how to be humble at the same time.
Keeping the logbook in the gym, and then it's well, now it's the spreadsheets for my business that I go, okay, well, in this month of last year, what was it like of this? Yes. It's just well, when I benched that much, what was my close grip bench at, and how did I, what accessories was I doing?
Right.
And so, it's been
I have yet to see, and you're probably right, I'm sure there are other hobbies that translate over, but I've never seen one that more closely resembles life than the gym, and it's which is why I'm so passionate about it, and there's so much carryover to everything you do, the parallels between the gym and raising kids, it's literally everything. It's literally everything, and it's an invaluable teacher, and if you just get out there and do it, things will happen. Same thing in life. The more you do, and it's not going to be instant. It's not going to happen the next day, right? Same thing as in the gym. It's not going to happen the next day. Yeah. But that constant pushing will add. It adds. What's the word I'm looking for? It adds just so much.
Patience?
Substance to your life, right? And where you can fill your life with not the end result, but the journey itself, and you learn to love the journey, which is what real results come from in anything in life. Yeah. I'm super passionate about that.
One thing that working out that Devin and I will say to each other almost every session is, fuck it, we're here.
Yeah, right.
Because one of us is going to be tired. One of us is just going to be I'm not feeling it. One of us is going to be just that voice of, I'm just not into it today. Yeah. And then the other one's going to be, you want to throw in another 10?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Do this next set? Make it happen. Yeah. Fuck it, we're here.
Yeah.
Same thing.
It's the same thing. Yeah. It's the same thing with you. There's days that you wake up. Do you want to get out on the road and you want to get out and put the grind in it?
No,
man. But you do it anyway because you got a family to take care of. You got things you got to do. Do you want to sit there and make when things are down, make endless phone calls? No, man. But you got to do what you got to do, and that's what it involves. That's what you do, right? Yeah. You just make it happen, and you find things about the crap that you got to sludge through that are fun, right?
Yeah.
And things, for me, you kind of hit it on the head, like tracking the spreadsheets, right? Like, I was a financial advisor for a long time. Part of that's making these phone calls and like putting in that grind, right? So I found things about that grind that I enjoyed doing, and tracking that was fun. Like, oh, okay. Oh, I made like 100 phone calls today. I'll make 120 tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's that constant pushing forward, just like the gym.
Yeah.
That make it fun, and you can and then that extra 20 phone calls, I may get a client from that extra 20 phone calls.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Now you're going through that journey. It sounds like you've had a pretty good, steady, well, at least following the trend, right? Following the industry.
Yeah.
Have there ever been times where you have been like, I'm so done with this right now. I'm over it. Let's do something different.
No.
Good.
That would make for a little bit better.
No,
conversation. But
No, it's not.
Dude,
That's perfect.
Since November of 2023, I've had the time of my life, the entire time.
Awesome.
Not even to say that everything's been great, but it's just like
beautiful, man.
I had
that's
something
fantastic.
Dude, I'm happy for you, bro. That's
pour
amazing.
I've been able to pour myself into I wake up every morning with a hard dick ready to attack the
I
day.
love your hard dick
And
for the day. That's fantastic.
And I spring up out of my girlfriend, who may or may not be in bed in the morning, mom, is like, she goes, you scare me in the morning. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, your alarm goes off, and it's like, my alarm goes off, I jump up, I hop out of bed, I take a piss, and I'm going, dude. I'm
Hell yeah.
on the,
I love
I'm ready to go, dude. And then that goes on for a little bit. Then I'm in the truck. I'm in the truck with a coffee, listening to a podcast.
Yeah.
Having the time of my life.
Listening to the Wicked Bearcast?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
dude.
man.
And so I can't like really say
I love
that there's
No, that's fantastic.
I love
That's having a drive and a passion for
that.
what you do and for life in general.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
I love that.
and so yeah, it's like I just feel fortunate enough, and it didn't like I'm pretty young, so I understand like not everyone, it doesn't happen for everyone that quick. But in my mind, it's just like, I don't know, there were some times that things like did not feel great, and like
Getting
then
fired when you're 21.
right, dude, got fired, then like
Getting
worked
pulled over when you just happened to have a few drinks that night.
right, worked a job for like not much money and all that, and even
part of life, yeah.
even then, like I feel people say like getting fired is the best thing that happened to me, and it's like sure at the time.
Oh,
no.
yeah, no, hell no. You're not going to feel that way. Hell no.
No, there's
so-
a lot that's going to happen in life where you're
Right.
looking back, it's going to be awesome. But
Yeah, but there's
Or
so
it was-
many people that are stifled by that.
Yeah.
That are like, oh my God, I don't want to get fired, so
Right.
I'm just going to appease everyone
Right.
and be a
Yeah.
bitch.
Most men live lives of quiet desperation, right? Is the thing, and so it's just like, well, I would rather be doing what I am now and how everything is going now than keep that job, promotion, slow this, slow that. It's like, well, I would take the dip for this any day. In a weird way, I wouldn't give it to a friend of mine. I wouldn't like.
That's interesting.
Things, like things are I wouldn't wish what I've been through on a buddy because I know that it was like rough. But I think,
I would.
yeah,
But I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
if
That's the only way you're going to learn. Again, it's the grind.
If that's a way for them to learn
You gotta learn
and to strive,
You gotta learn
why not?
how to grind.
Why not give them that?
I guess, bro. It's. I mean, that makes all the sense in the world.
Again, it's just like being in the gym.
Yeah.
You're gonna have those days where that pull is not gonna move.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we're
Or
here.
or it's not gonna be on.
Yeah.
Your bench is just not gonna bench.
Yeah.
Fuck it, you're there.
Yeah.
Work,
Yeah.
push through it, and eventually, you're gonna hit that number.
Yeah.
Same thing with work.
Yeah.
I would happily go through that, that struggle for a short amount of time,
Yeah.
only to come up ahead and be better and
Yeah.
have that drive, have that passion for what I'm doing.
Yeah.
To where I'm, it's like you were saying, if you're good at something, never do it for free.
Yeah.
Clearly, you're good at what you do. You're
Yeah,
not doing
man.
it for free, and you have a passion for it.
Yeah.
Bro.
You jump up in the morning to where it startles your partner.
Yeah.
Why
You
not
can't ask
have-
for a better situation
Yeah,
than that.
absolutely
And it's
not.
only because you went through the bullshit.
Yeah.
That's how it
I would
works.
happily go through that.
Dude, I would
Or
happily put that
pass
on you again.
Yeah, why not?
Absolutely.
If it's only going to better you,
Yeah.
hell yeah, absolutely.
So maybe we're harder on other people than we are on ourselves, right?
Sometimes.
Well,
it depends on the situation.
Well, actually, it usually seems the other way around. We're harder on ourselves than others.
Well, it depends. It depends.
Or sorry, no, that's what I meant.
Yeah, yeah,
sorry, we're harder on ourselves because I go, well, it's all right. Like let me dive into the depths and take that. But anyone else, I go, I don't know. That was pretty rough. I don't know if you would want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you don't like to see other people struggle. You don't want to see other people kind of go through that pain or that stress.
Right.
Where
I
you'd
like
rather
that.
put it on yourself
like
than
something like that.
deal with it.
I like watching you struggle.
That's different. Because it's usually a lift that you're watching
Right.
struggle.
I know.
Nope, that's crap. Do it
Yeah,
again.
that looks like shit.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Yeah. That's what you like seeing.
I love that.
Or,
But that's a good
it's
one.
not just me, it's anybody.
Yeah, I do, man. I get a kick out of it. I get more of a kick out of that because of what he said, what you guys are talking about. Because whenever you do get it right, oh man, I am like, it just pillows out of me how proud
The
and
way
happy
he expresses it is just comical and
I love it for them because I put them through so much shit, and then when they come out of that and they do it, oh man, I'm so happy. I'm ecstatic. I'm like jumping around.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love that. That's fantastic, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah, dude.
It's amazing that you're going to go so far, dude. It's amazing that you found something that you're so passionate about, that you're so good at. Because a lot of people are passionate about shit they're not good at.
Yeah.
And actually there's a lot more out there who don't have that passion because
Or don't
they
have any
know-
passion at
they-
all.
Yeah, they don't have
Yeah.
any passion at all. They don't know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
And they just go through this life, unfortunately, kind of stumbling around.
Yeah.
And just staying at status quo or just basically just going through the motions.
Yeah, I sat at a dinner once across from a girl that was breaking up with me, and she said, "Well, it seems like really the main things you care about are just like your business and kind of like the lifting thing and I was just like, yeah, and she's like, I'm more into just young girl, nice sweet girl, but she was just like more, I'm young. I think I want to like kind of have a little bit more fun and do.
Oh, get out of here.
And it was like, well,
You do you.
and
Whatever.
And I could like
Get out of here.
happily end that because
Exactly.
even if
And
it
be
was like
totally
her
happy
ending,
and
but I was
comfortable
just
with
like,
it. Yeah.
well,
Okay.
Great, you
Bye.
like go do that, and I will be happy for
Yeah.
you, and let me go
Do my shit.
work
Do my
my
thing.
life
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
And I will be happy.
Yeah, but you're
for
not
me.
working. That's the
And-
thing. You're not working because you're providing value and getting equal value in return beyond financial value. You're getting the fulfillment out of it, right? That's huge, man. That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's more than a lot can say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kudos to you, man. That's fantastic.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks, man. I think there's something interesting to like not drawing a distinction between the work and the play, the business and the life and it's just like, well, I'm always doing all of it.
Yeah.
I'm always like
That's okay.
the work in the gym. It's like, well, that's what's fun to me.
Yeah.
The work at my job or at my business. It's like, well, I take that the same as I take like everything that I do is just like something that I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's whereas some people have their fun thing
Yes.
and their job that
And
they
at that
hate.
point, are you really
And
ever
it's-
living?
Right.
Because it's
Right.
like this whole concept
Well,
of
I mean,
work-life balance. Well, hold on. That's a good point. It's a good point because this whole concept of work-life balance implies that you hate working so much that you have to have this very distinction of like this work play, right?
Yeah.
And that's not how life should be.
Yeah.
That's not how life should be. Life should be you provide value to others and get value in return. That's how life should be.
And most people
Agreed.
aren't that
Agreed.
fortunate.
Yeah,
to-
I mean, but yeah,
like-
most people aren't that fortunate.
Well,
to where
they
can do
are.
that.
No, they are fortunate that enough to do that. They just don't. They don't because of the world that, like we talk about, that you and I were brought up in. It's like,
Right.
okay, you have to go to school,
Right.
you have to get a good job,
Yeah.
and you have to take care of your family, and you have to. No, you can do all of that shit and have. It's not this work-life balance. It's just life, and you do life. And then when you start looking at things like that, it's like, oh well, this 40 hours a week that I spend at this job that I hate, that I don't like doing, I'm not living.
Well, I mean, seems a little one-sided.
How so?
I mean, for example, the job that I'm doing now
That you hate?
Well, hate's a strong word. I'm not happy with it right now.
Thoroughly.
I'm not happy with it right now.
Okay.
In the beginning, though, I loved my job. It was great. It was great.
Same.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, that's right.
I enjoyed it. I got to meet different people.
things
I got to things change. Am I as happy with it now as I was then? No, God no. But this job that I have has afforded me to be able to do things like what we're doing right now. I love doing this. I look forward to doing this every week.
But you could have done something different.
Could have, yeah. And it's just a matter of putting myself out there to do something different.
That's my point.
But when you start to look for something different, that takes time away from things like we're doing right now, or can take time away from family. Starting over.
That's a good point. Over. Yeah, I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah. So by starting over and trying in pursuit of that thing that you're going to do that makes you more fulfilled work-wise.
Yeah. That's interesting. And
that's what
I didn't think about that.
That's what I mean by
there is an opportunity cost there.
There is that work-life balance to where you have to put the work in to begin that balance.
But if you hate what you do, then I think
if you hate what you do,
you should do something different.
Absolutely, I agree with that 100%.
And it also it becomes more difficult as you add more
stuff.
Mm-hmm. You got the house. You live in this big place. Like you got a family. You got what? Mm-hmm. That's what. When I started it was like
you don't have anything to lose.
Well, what happens if it doesn't work out? Probably, I go back and ask them for a job, and they give me a job. I'm already at zero. I already have zero money.
Yeah.
So if this doesn't work out, I got a little bit more left on the credit card before I met the limit, right? So it's just zero's right there. When you have a long way to fall, if now I was to go, hey, I'm going to become a painter and I'm going to end this appraisal business and hopefully my paintings make money.
I'd buy your painting.
Well, thanks.
I support you.
But you'd be one of the few, right? And so my girlfriend would go,
maybe not.
So what do you mean? You mean it would be no more Perry's? No more dinners. We're good.
I mean, you just threw that out there,
pretty casually. No more Perry's.
Yeah,
I'm
I eat the same shit every day.
I'm
and I love it.
I was thinking, no more eggs and hash browns.
Right. So sad. Such a good meal.
So good.
So delicious.
I think I'm on it for about over a year now.
Yeah, dude, I've been on that same meal since 2000.
Well, yeah, but since it's been introduced.
16.
All right, hold on. All right, we got to get back on the track. You were saying. Sorry.
That's a much more staunch statement to make when you've got all this stuff going.
Well, let's use the analogy for the gym. Because it's kind of just ties in.
Kind of on par.
So you're deadlifting. Let's say you're deadlifting 405. Okay, you could deadlift 405. You got nothing to lose. You're not going to get hurt. That's super easy. You can do that. You could do that 3 days a week.
Yeah,
for a long time and not have to worry about it. Well, when you start deadlifting 800 pounds, that's a little more risky, right? You gotta periodize correctly. You can only do that maybe once a month. There's a recovery process. There's all kinds of stuff going on. You have more to lose. As the reward increases, right? So do the stakes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So when you're going to start your own business, right? The sky's the limit, right?
Yeah.
You can essentially do whatever you got to do. But there's a massive risk there because you're not guaranteed that paycheck, right? So you have to grind. You have to grind through it, right?
Yeah.
So how do you grind to the 800 deadlift? How do you do it?
Consistent work.
You start small and you grow, right?
Yeah.
You build up into it.
And consistency.
Yeah, and consistency. Yeah. So you to your point, right? Let's say you have a family, right? And there's a lot to lose. The stakes are high, right? How do you start? Well, you start small. You start with operating as a side hustle. You start as just taking on a little bit. You start learning as you go. You start doing a little bit more. Versus him, he just jumped into it, right? Because he can. The stakes are low,
right?
As the stakes get, and this is more for these guys, because you guys already know. As the stakes are high, when you have a family and you've got a house and you've got a mortgage and you've got kids and all that kind of stuff, you start slow and you move into it and you consistently grind. You consistently do. Are you gonna be tired? Probably. But if you're passionate about it, it doesn't really matter, because you're so passionate about it. If you're doing a hobby or something, you're probably already doing it. You're already spending hours doing it. If you're good at something, don't do it for free, right? Go out and put yourself out there. Go start, even if you're doing like model planes or whatever, like showcase your work. There are people out there that and I kind of use, think of like Henry Cavill, right? Because he's our boy. He's a fine specimen.
It's every lifter's or man crush.
Yeah, it's fine specimen. Let's say, obviously he's an actor and that's his thing, but let's say that he wanted to start doing Warhammer 40K figurines or something, right? He could absolutely do that. And he would just start doing it and selling. Of course, he's Henry Cavill. Everybody's going to buy his shit, right? So he would just do it. But the point is, he would start small and be like, hey, I already love doing this. I may as well capitalize on it and just start building it up, right? So I agree with you to a point.
Right.
If you're passionate about something, there's always a way out of that menial kind of job if you hate your job, and it starts small. But the only way you're going to get out of that menial job that you hate is by starting somewhere.
Well, yeah, you've got to
build into it. But you have to do it.
You've got to take that first step.
You got to take that first step, and you got to grind.
It's really, what do you do? I've heard this is not an original thought, but what do you do from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m.? And it's that's it, right? Because your 5 to 9 is taken. You wake up in the morning, you go to work.
Yeah.
And so I think as well, most people have responsibilities or fun things or anything like that. It's just so 9 to 5 is taken. So it's so you got to start 6 p.m. 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. That's another.
Yeah. And sometimes it's
7
not
hours
for you. So here, and that's a great analogy. So for you, right, without a family and without all this stuff, for you, it's 6 to 1, right? For people who would have families and stuff, they would start smaller,
9, 10,
because it's nine.
Yeah.
It's 9 to 12.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The point is, there's still chunks of time to do stuff.
Yeah.
But you got to do it. You can't don't just plop in front of the TV, in front of the boob tube, and just mindlessly pass the time. Do something.
I think this is the biggest crux.
Yeah, that's the thing, right?
It's not. It's no longer the TV. It's that.
For some people.
Yeah.
I mean, for older people. Other people, they're on their tiki-talkies and Facebook and whatever these kids are doing.
I'm pretty sure the tiki-taki's gone.
Well, it's coming back.
Well, for now.
Yeah.
Actually, by the time this comes out, it'll be back.
Probably.
Never mind. Scratch that.
Yeah. So it's just the point is, man, just get out there and do something.
I think the main point is to actually take that first step.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Get out there and do whatever it is that you. If you don't have a hobby, that's your first problem. Everyone needs an outlet. Let me say it like this. Everyone needs an active outlet. Passive outlets like doom scrolling or passive outlets like just sitting in front of the TV does nothing for your mental health.
No, not at all.
You get these, scrolling, you get these little hits of dopamine, right? That don't do anything for you.
Yeah.
Once you get that dopamine hit, you're back to baseline.
And it's kind of universal. I've got friends that are, I mentioned, I mountain bike. I've got friends that are high-level mountain bikers that I get along with so well because we connect. I mean, obviously I mountain bike a little bit, but because we connect on that thing of, oh, you have a thing, so you understand how big this is to me.
Yeah.
You understand my thing the same way.
Passion. They get the passion.
Right. Yeah. But then you're just sitting talking to someone that goes to work and watches TV and scrolls on their phone and goes out and drinks.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
watching paint dry
it's kind of so what is what is your, and they don't have anything to like give to you.
Yeah.
And maybe it's playing guitar or something.
Yeah.
But if you like, some people don't have that thing that you go, so you do a little bit of this and it turns them on.
Yeah.
It sparks
Yeah.
them. Some people there's nothing.
Oh yeah.
Some there's nothing behind.
Yeah.
So what are you?
Where's your passion?
Oh, I
Yeah.
like to. People will say they like to travel, and it's like, well, so how like?
Yeah.
How many?
I travel. I go once a year.
How many trips do you go on a year?
Where have you been?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I love to
I've
travel
been to-
too, but-
I've been to Florida.
But it ends up
once.
just being like, oh, well, like travel and hang out with my friends. It's like, okay, so you.
What are you doing?
You go on a vacation a year and you drink on the weekends.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's just like, I do think it's super useful to have it's like, if someone asked me, people will say, I mean, obviously, but people will go, so what besides lifting? And it's like, and I maybe have a thing, but it's like, okay, but you have a what besides for me? Because you know I have a job, and then I have this other main thing. And then it's like, okay, so what's the other thing? But some people go, okay, what besides for your job?
Yeah.
And people just go, oh man, well I just,
Yeah.
I just
I
Football.
I got a wife and kids. And
haven't
I like
been able
watching football.
right?
Yeah.
And
Not that there's anything wrong with like watching football. If that's your only thing, that's not adding to your life.
and to be fair to them, it's most people.
Yeah,
It's-
it really
it's
is.
most-
It really is.
Here's what I've learned over the years. The people that are like that
Yeah.
have not progressed.
Right.
They haven't progressed psychologically. They haven't pushed themselves, like they haven't grown essentially, like since they started doing that. They're the same person they have been for 20 years.
Yeah.
Right? And if you're, well, let me ask you this. How do you guys feel about people like that? How do you feel like they have a right to bitch about their situation?
Well, it's funny. As you were saying it, I was going to say, it's just the complaining that bothers me. It's not that you like football or that you don't like to go to the gym or that you haven't. I'm fine with anyone doing whatever they want.
Yeah.
Sit around all day,
Yeah,
smoke
that's-
weed,
yeah, that's
do
your
whatever.
deal, yeah.
But as soon as you go, oh my gosh, man, I just like have been the bills are piling up. I just haven't been able to cover this. I haven't been able to cover that. I go, okay, well, I've never seen you do anything.
Yeah, what are you doing
So-
to help remedy the situation?
Right.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think you get the right to bitch,
Yes.
but I do think you have the right to do that and to do nothing.
To do whatever you want,
as long
but
as
not
you
the right to bitch.
Zip it up.
Yeah. Agreed. 100%. 100%.
I agree with that.
Absolutely. I don't feel, and that's something that, and we've kind of mentioned this before. What? Are you gonna say?
Playing the victim.
This guy.
Playing the
He
victim
knows exactly what I'm going to say next.
is what drives me insane.
Drives me
You have
insane.
the ability to, and to take it back to a movie, and I hate to do this.
No, you don't. You love this.
I know. Terminator 2, no fate. No fate but what we make.
Yes.
I love that saying.
Yeah.
You have the right to
I
change.
love that. That's the name of this episode. No fate but the one you make.
Oh, it's not going to be the genetic freak.
Colon name genetic freak.
But no, I mean, just you can't sit there and complain about your situation if you're doing nothing about it.
Yes. 100%.
And I'll add to that maybe controversial take. We have this in society. We have this idea that there are people out there that wake up in the morning at 6 a.m., get to work, go to their job, do their best, get off work, go to the gym, do their best at some other thing, and things just like don't work out for them and they end up in a still broke and in a bad. I don't think that's true.
I've never known that to be true.
It's like, oh, well, but people will be
I was
like,
wondering where you were
"Man,
going with that. I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
but we're supposed to believe it's this, bleep it out, liberal idea that, oh, well, those hardworking people that things just don't work out for. It's just like,
I've never seen that happen.
I never come across someone that's just like, dude, that guy's just working all the time, nobody's
Yeah.
business, and
Yeah.
things just aren't working out for him.
I've seen situations, and I think there's a potential that they've misconstrued the situation, and it's I have seen situations where people go out there and they bust their ass and they do all these things, and then bad things just happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a snapshot.
Yeah. Right.
That's not indicative of the whole journey.
But
right?
over 10 years,
Right. That's what I'm going to.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm 100% in agreement with you.
And that's where you circle back around what we were talking about earlier. If you're sitting there and you're in that constant loop of working hard, but nothing is moving forward, clearly you're in a
vicious cycle.
Yeah, a vicious cycle. Thank you. Change it.
Yeah.
Take that first step.
Yes.
To get out of that vicious cycle.
Yeah.
But, that's where I think a lot of society has ended up, is that it's a constant state of fear.
Yes. We talked about this on the last episode that I posted. Yeah. I used to tell my clients, and it was a little harsh. I'm a little brash sometimes. I'm a little rough around the edges. But I used to tell my clients, I was like, they would say stuff like, I can't, or this is too hard. And I would straight up, you don't want this bad enough. You don't hate your current situation enough to make the change necessary.
Yeah.
Right? That's all that this boils down to.
And maybe that's fine. But don't tell me you can't.
Right.
Know that you can and you don't want to.
Even past that, and that's okay.
Right.
But don't tell me that you want it when you don't really want it.
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest issues.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I want it more for you than you want it for yourself.
Yeah.
At that point, I think a lot of it is either fear or laziness.
Laziness. It's almost all boils down to laziness. Because when I'm there with you, I am holding your hand. I got you. There's no reason for you to be afraid. I got you. We're going to make this happen. I'm with you every step of the way. And after 6 months of constantly me being there with you, you're saying the same shit. You don't want
you can't hold somebody's hand for that long. If they're not picking it up, if they're not making the effort after that much time. Mm-hmm.
There is some fear. There is some fear.
Yeah, there is some fear.
Because there's always fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
Right? But that's one reason why you get a coach to have someone who is that's the connection between the known and the unknown.
I'm afraid to meal prep. Can you help me?
Yes. I'll do it with you. I'm so with that.
God, I hate meal prep.
Because I love
so
cooking.
much.
Well, I like it. I think it's fun. I'm changing my meals this week, by the way.
Are you really? Mm-hmm. What are you doing?
I'm doing.
We take constant detours.
Sorry. So I'm still doing the chicken fajita bowl.
Yeah.
But I'm doing a beef and broccoli. I'm cutting out rice.
Really?
Yeah. I gotta.
Are you gonna like an Asian stir fry?
I'm gonna.
Beef and broccoli.
It's gonna be almost the same sauce as the bulgogi beef bowl.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be just beef and broccoli.
So again,
it's gonna be good,
detour. All right, so you've seen me make that roast before, where it's the pepperoncinis and the butter.
Yeah.
And I did it with the garlic, the Kerrygo garlic and herb.
Yeah. That was really fun.
And then I did the ranch and the au jus. And I've done, you kids usually have rice. I'm thinking about making those into like egg rolls, like spring rolls.
Oh shit, that'd be really good.
Yeah.
And bake them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, air fry them.
Oh, even better. Yes.
Hit them with some avocado oil, air fry them.
I'd be so down for that.
Yeah. So I'll let you know how it turns out.
Yes. Put some avocado in it?
Right. Yeah, maybe. Actually, I was thinking about doing like the broccoli slaw with it.
Yeah, but it needs
to give it that crisp, to give it the bite.
Yeah, but it needs something creamy.
But dude, I mean, the fat that's already in it from the butter, it's like 5 tablespoons of butter.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. No, that would be good, man. I'd destroy that.
Yeah.
He makes these pork shots, so it's like sausage. Sorry.
So
it's sausage and it's stuffed with. So
it's sausage link where I cut it up in about a half-inch slices.
Okay.
And then I'll get a bacon, cut it in half, wrap it around and make it like a shot glass.
Okay.
And then I do a pound of chorizo with cream cheese, diced jalapeno, and then about a half cup to a cup of some sort of pepper jack or some sort of cheese. Mix it all together.
It's like making my mouth water.
Yeah, and then I'll pipe
So
them. I pipe the filling into the shot glass. I'll smoke them for about an hour. Then I'll add the barbecue seasoning with the filling.
Yeah.
Pipe them, put them in the smoker for about an hour, and then I'll open it up and then I'll hit it with a sugar-free barbecue sauce.
Dang.
And then let them smoke for the 30 minutes, and then they're ready after that.
They're so good.
That sounds so good.
So I don't, and you don't know. Part of my nutrition plan, part of the nutrition plans that I build out, it's good food. It's
it's good.
It's chili. It's like fajitables. Chili.
There's another thing I didn't talk to you about. I haven't made that yet. So I'm
a chili. I got a chili El Corritos. It's so good.
I'm wondering if I could do that in a slow cooker. Brown the meat first, and then throw it all together and put it in a slow cooker.
I mean, you could, but it's not. So I've done it, and it doesn't change anything. It's not worth.
Well, I'm just thinking about like just throwing it all in there. That way you can cook, and then
you don't need to do it that way. It literally makes no difference.
Really?
You might as well do it faster. Yeah, because the chili is supposed to simmer for I think
an hour.
what I give you it was 30 minutes, supposed to be an hour, and it's because you brown the meat. You do the bell pepper and onions, and then you throw the meat in. You brown the meat, and then when you bring the meat to like almost done, a little bit of pink's fine.
Yeah.
Almost done. Throw in all the spices, and then you're literally like can after can after can, and then the bone. I use a bone beef broth.
Yeah, I got the HEB beef broth.
Yeah, and then you start.
You
up,
didn't use like the what's it called
I use the HEB one.
Yeah, I just got the big HEB.
Yeah, that's what I use. Yeah.
Okay, I thought about doing
4 cups of it.
what you call it, the little one, the kettle. Was it the kettle?
No, the kettle fire one.
Yeah,
It's
I thought
okay.
about that
It's fine. But they're almost the same. But I like the HEB one because it's 11 grams of protein.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, it's 11 grams per cup.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
I got that one anyway. So
yeah, that's good. Sorry.
That'll be what I'm doing tomorrow while it's snowing.
Yeah, right. So yeah, I do like a bulgogi Korean beef bowl with like cabbage slaw and everything. The nutrition plan I build is really good. It's lots of eggs, lots of potato, lots of beef, lots of chicken. It's delicious. I never stop. He never stops.
I know you don't.
You never stop.
I stop.
I wish
I force myself to stop.
Yeah,
Because, don't get me wrong. I'll probably be doing some stuff tonight, but I'll force myself.
Yeah,
to stop.
well, yeah. So. I mean, I know, and I know you always have a lot going on. How many hours would you say you put in a week for your job?
It's weird to say.
I know it's hard to pin down because you'll be at the gym or something, and you'll send an email and whatever.
Right.
Taking phone calls.
And in the same way, like
aggravating.
If I'm home, I'm like sitting at the desk, either intensely working or lightly working.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes I've got a podcast going, sometimes I don't. But like 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. hard most days.
Okay, so you dedicate that time.
Yeah, I mean like
That's fair.
6 a.m. is maybe strong. Either 6 or 8 a.m. because I pretty much just like I said, pop
wake
out of
up,
bed
you do your
and
thing.
I'm going. 6 p.m. I go to the gym, and then I get home from that and usually put another like hour or two in, and then on the weekends I'm usually I'll probably put in like 2 to 3 hours both days on the weekends.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
that sounds like a crazy amount. There's like
No,
70
well,
hours
I
a
mean,
week or something.
no.
But-
Now,
that's not
okay.
crazy.
Well, that being said,
That's not
like
70
Monday
hours,
through
that's
Friday.
50.
So you're essentially saying you're doing at least 12 hours.
Yeah.
Is that straight 12 hours? Or are you doing stuff, stopping, taking care of whatever, and then...
Well, a lot of it is away from the house. So I would have to say that's like all work.
right.
Like I usually get home at 6 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is that?
I mean, you're looking at,
Well, let's
you're
say-
looking at,
well,
I
let's
mean,
say-
5 days a week, you're looking at a 60
Well,
hour week.
we'll say 8 to 6, right? So 10, right?
Well,
so
you're
that's
still
50
looking at
hours.
50 hours plus
so
another...
3 or 4, 55 hours. That's not. That's pretty normal.
56 to 58 hours.
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
So like
That's normal.
let's see.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
So
being a self-owned company.
I say that's low being
That's,
self-employed.
I mean, yeah.
That's
being
less than I
self-employed,
work.
that's
Significantly less than I work.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some businesses who people are working for other people and working more than that. They're
Yeah.
working
When I was
days.
a financial advisor, I was easily doing 90 hours a week plus.
That's just stupid.
Make money. You gotta grind, man.
Yeah.
That's one reason why it wasn't worth it. But you see me still doing that?
Again, though, that's where that work-life balance
Well, I wasn't passionate about it. But I tried it. Right? I put myself out there and I tried it and I didn't like it and it wasn't for me, so I did something different.
There you go.
Yeah. So it's not, it's it's not, you don't have to be stuck in what you're doing.
It's all subjective.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean,
I don't like what I'm doing. It's pretty objective.
No. I'm just talking about work-life balance can be subjective.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what we've been talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like that's because my work-life balance right now.
You have no work-life balance.
Because it's all together. It's all the same stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
because
like
I
right
love
now,
it. I love it, man.
Yeah, you do.
I love it. I love it. I love. Well, okay. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. So my 9 to 5.
Well, that part you don't like.
Yeah,
but
I don't enjoy that.
It's outside the 9 to 5 work because you have such a passion for.
Yeah.
And have a drive for.
Yeah.
Plus, you can also kind of incorporate family time during that as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll do. Let's see. How many hours am I at? I guess I'm 120, 130 hours a week. So 9.
No wonder you were tired.
I mean, I'm still tired. I'm always tired.
Again, that's why I said no wonder you're tired.
No wonder deadlifts feel like crap.
Yeah, that's
exhausted. But whatever, it's fine. It's like, well, sometimes it's not fine, and I'll admit that.
Would you admit that's fine? That kind of time.
Depends how much money he makes.
7 days a week, 120 hours.
I'd say it's probably close.
That's literally 3 weeks worth of work in a week.
Well, it depends on what you define as work.
Right. Again, but
because I'm doing. There are. Well, that also okay. Let's be clear. That also includes,
He touched my leg.
It also includes all the editing and stuff I do for the Bearcast. So that's not. I don't.
That's 20 hours right there, at least.
It's a lot of stuff. There's a lot more. If you do like if you're I hate using the term content creator. I think it's so stupid.
If you're an editor,
if you do editing of content and stuff, but it's a lot of.
And if you know a faster way, please let us know.
Contact me, please. Yeah. Please. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. So that's included as well, and that's absolutely. I don't. It's work, but I don't really consider it work because it's part of this passion project.
It's something you enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So I don't necessarily enjoy the editing, but there's always aspects of your job. I know you're super love it and you're super passionate about it. There are aspects of your job that you don't enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what is that for you?
It's like almost.
Way to put him on the spot.
Well,
it wasn't quick enough.
It's like almost all of it.
Interesting.
But like not. But like I don't like what I do, but I enjoy every day of my life.
Okay.
Is that? I don't know if that's even like a.
Yeah. Like you enjoy the return.
Yeah, something like making money. But so it's something like in the moment, I'm never like, this is so cool. Oh, but like day to day, whenever I look back on a day, it's just like, I have a good time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's just like,
I mean,
driving really long, like this and that, or like someone calls and bitches at me on the phone, and I have to like go over a thing, or something happens, I make a mistake on something that I have to make up for. Someone thinks I made a mistake that I have to explain why I didn't make it.
At least you're not getting fired for it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, never again. And so
I will speak to my supervisor.
Yeah.
I will take this up with my supervisor.
Yeah. And so it's kind of a non-answer, but like there are things that in the moment I'm just like today was 30 degrees outside, and it's just like
you're outside and you're doing
this kind of sucks, but it's just like, but I look back on the day and go,
that was a good day.
That was a good day.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not called work for nothing.
Right. You still got to work.
Yeah. There's still work to do, but ultimately, you do enjoy what you do.
Yeah.
It's just
overall,
maybe the little things that you don't enjoy.
Yeah, if I made a quarter the amount of money that I make now, I would be pretty bummed. When I was making a quarter the amount of money that I make now,
You were happy.
well,
No.
You were paying bills. That's what you wanted to do.
Well, I was gonna say it wasn't as fun as it is now.
Of course,
but yeah, I mean, similar thing. Like, yeah, that is kind of a point. Like, I'm doing a similar thing as I was doing then, doing a lot more of it.
Of course.
But it's just like, oh, now I'm like running my own thing and like making good money doing it. And it's like, I don't know. I got no. My girlfriend like is a speech pathologist.
Oh, interesting.
And
that's interesting.
Yeah. And
Cool. Does she work for a school district?
she works for
or a hospital or something?
Riggs, on.
It's up to you. If you want me to edit that out, I absolutely
I don't
will.
know. I think they're fine. No one that works at the speech pathology clinic is going to listen to the Wicked Bearcast.
You never know.
You never know.
You don't know how big the Wicked Bearcast is.
I mean,
we're international.
I was gonna say I
We
know
got a
one
guy in
guy
Greece
from
that
Greece.
watches.
Okay.
So-
Sorry,
One guy in
maybe
Greece.
they will. Well, in that case, but
No, I don't
you know, on 45, that one shopping center that's kind of like railroad themed.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
It's like
towards Conroe.
the something
Towards Conroe.
station. Towards
Yeah.
Conroe.
That actually used to be one of my accounts.
Really? Okay. So there's a speech
anymore.
pathology clinic in there, but she like went to school for it, and it is her like quote. That is her thing. I wouldn't tell anyone like I always wanted to be a real estate.
Yeah.
She always wanted to be a speech pathologist.
Yeah.
But I like what I do way more. I come home every day.
Well, you don't want to be a speech pathologist, so you don't.
Yeah.
Well,
why
right.
would you want to do that?
Oh,
You mean more than she does?
I like what I do more than she likes what she does.
Yeah.
And this is what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
But it's like
There are so many people in
But
that
it's a job for her, and she, and she's just like, oh my gosh, I had this instance that this and that, and I like have like battles at work, but it's like in lifting, it's just like, but those are my battles, dude. Like that's my shit.
Yeah,
like
that's
I'm
the journey.
doing this
Yeah.
thing. So it's
Yeah.
like something hard happens, and I'll talk to one of my buddies, and I'm like arguing with someone on the phone, a cokehead Miami mortgage broker that calls me mad about some stuff, and we're jarring back and forth, and eventually something, and and it's stressful, but I just go, oh my gosh, dude, if I told myself 5 years ago that like this is what I would be doing, I'm just like, this is wild.
That's
bro.
some like Wolf of Wall Street shit. That's funny.
Dude. Guy calls me. He's like, okay, hey, and it's 7:00 at night. He's like, I need this done by this, and okay, and we go back and forth, and it's just like that's
hilarious.
a stressful moment.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But it's just like that's awesome.
Yeah.
I get to be like in the arena. I've got the man in the arena like hanging up on my office wall, and it's
so
just
funny.
like because I'm in the arena, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing the thing.
Yeah, right.
And if I didn't want to do the thing, I'll do something else.
That's my.
But it's
that's
like
the
as soon
point.
as
That's
and,
the point.
right. Not everyone's as fortunate, but I'm like as soon as this. I don't want to do this.
You're gonna ride the wave until the wave dissipates, if it ever dissipates.
Yeah.
Man.
So Sam.
Yeah, dude, I
Sorry, dude. I got a little.
Bro,
No.
You're
That is fantastic.
You're absolutely.
That's what we want.
You hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head. Absolutely. There are aspects to, and that's a fantastic way of looking at it, because there are aspects to everything that, even the stuff that I'm super passionate about, there are aspects of it that I'm like, oh, this sucks, right? Because it's just part. Again, to your point, it's part of the nature. They don't call work
Yeah,
work.
yeah.
It's work. But that's a great way to look at it, because once it's done, you're like, dude, I get to do this.
Right,
And that's
yeah.
kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah.
That's the same way. I've never put it in that kind of context. I think it's a great way to verbalize it. Because it's like I get done with it, and I was like, I get to work with clients that are my clients, and like get them to push past boundaries that they never even thought they could. Like, that's phenomenal. That's so cool. I love that.
That reminds me to tell you about one of your former clients
Okay.
off camera.
Okay. But yeah, it's
secretive.
That's so cool. That's the same thing kind of with the Bearcast when I'm like sitting there and I'm editing because it's not the most fun editing because like second by second I'm like
Right.
okay, that's where like, that's where I do a cut, right, or whatever. But when I get done with it, right, it's part of the journey. When I get done with it, and I see the whole thing. I'm like, that's me and Corey. Like we're creating this thing that people get to see and get to be a part of. They get to come up to the bar and hang out with us. Like that's awesome.
Yeah.
Have a clue as to what's going on in our head and be like, there's something not right about these two.
But I'm intrigued. Right. I will continue
What I'm still going to watch.
Right.
It's like watching the train wreck.
Yeah. So you've watched a couple of the episodes. I'm assuming you watched the Zach episode.
Yeah.
So what what other episodes have you seen of the Bearcast?
I saw some of Zach's I saw Zach's and I saw some of Jeff Yonker.
Okay. Yeah.
You haven't watched Devins?
I just saw the clips on Instagram.
It's gonna be hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. So yeah, it's cool that like we get to be out and like I released the episode from the Klangenbang event, so that's out.
Oh, so, yeah, caught some of that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Went to the part that I was on. And I was
Of course.
Is this
Yeah.
too crazy?
Do you,
right.
do you want me to send you those clips of your stuff? Do you want me to take that out and send them to you?
Don't worry about it, dude.
That wasn't the question. Yes or no? Do you want them? You don't want them?
No.
Okay.
We got enough here.
Well,
I'm here now.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. I don't know if you wanted those lists. But,
No, real quick.
Did Sarah record you?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I also didn't want to watch my list from that day, honestly.
Okay.
How did you view that day? Was it as a competition or was it just like a heavy day?
So it's just an SBD day. For
It
you.
was so. What happened was, Katie's boyfriend, who's my old buddy, Jesse, who competed in powerlifting as well with me, who's like semi-retired now.
Okay. I don't think was he there?
No.
Wait, okay.
Who? So
I don't know, Jess. I don't know.
So the girl Katie, y'all
Katie
talked
Wolford.
to.
We talked to Katie. Oh no, you left. I interviewed her
really?
after you left.
But she was on the Iron City team. Little
Wait, the one from Drive, the Drive spokes. Is that who that is?
What?
Driven Drive.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Drive Clothing.
Yeah, Drive Clothing. Is that who she's
Maybe
with?
she does some stuff with them.
Is that the same girl?
I don't know. I don't know if she does
Let's
that or
see.
not.
You would recognize her if you saw.
Yeah. Littlest lifter. She's she's real little, really strong. She had the America flag.
Yeah,
outfit.
I think that's
That's Katie.
I think I spoke with her.
Perfect.
I think.
Yeah, I interviewed her.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah, well, I talked to her after you had already left.
I thought we talked to her beforehand for a little bit.
We did. Yeah, we talked to her a little bit.
And then
Anyway,
you
sorry.
talked to her more.
Okay,
sorry. Anyway.
my buddy Jesse, her boyfriend, used to compete in powerlifting. So she asked me to do that meet, and I said, "I'll do it if Jesse does it."
Okay.
And she said he doesn't want to do it, and I said, "Okay, then I'm not doing it."
Okay.
And then
Zach said he was going to do it?
a few weeks later, she said, "Hey, he's in. Will you do it?"
Okay.
And I said, "Okay, sure, I'll do it." And then he works offshore, oil and gas.
Oh,
he got called offshore. So then he wasn't
Yeah,
doing
you can't
it.
be mad about that.
And so, whatever. And so that was kind of but then Zach was doing it, and probably if Zach wasn't doing it, and I had kind of committed to this thing. So I was just there to have a time.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how I'm viewing it.
I'm sorry you didn't enjoy it. I'm sorry it wasn't your thing.
But I started off pretty excited. By the end, I was just like, oh gosh, I don't even want to. But it's kind of the nature of the whole.
You got to talk to us and meet us.
Got to talk to you guys,
And here we are now.
And
Bro.
I had a fine time. My current girlfriend had never seen me do powerlifting.
Okay, all right.
She went to one open lift at Rise Gym. They had a deadlift thing. She got to see me pull 800 there,
Okay.
and that kind of sparked her. She was like, "Oh my gosh, this is kind of cool."
Yeah.
And so then it came along, and so I don't know. By the end of that, I was kind of. That's like I said. I was just maybe powerlifting isn't as fun as I thought it was.
Yeah.
It was prepping and taking it very
journey.
seriously is satisfying.
Yes,
to do.
it is.
I mean,
Absolutely.
sometimes it's more about the journey than the destination.
It's
Yeah.
almost always more about the journey than the destination. I would say that. I would say that it's almost 100% always about the journey.
Unless you're going to Vegas.
That flight sucks. Or Greece, the experience you had in Greece.
Oh, so nice.
The Greece was great. The
Greece
journey
was great.
getting there was terrible.
The journey home sucked.
Oh yeah, the journey home.
The journey there was fine.
Yeah, go back and watch that episode. I think it was episode 5. But yeah, it's so much about the journey.
Yeah.
And you've been there, you know, the love of the journey is what dictates the outcome.
Yeah.
And if you're, you know, you've got so much going on, and if you're the love for that journey is not there, then the outcome doesn't happen, and it's like, what's the point, right?
Yeah. And kind of all what we've been talking about is like on that day versus like a powerlifting meet when I was 21 years old. If a powerlifting meet when I was 21 years old had gone poorly, it would have ruined weeks, days, whatever, a long time. At the time, it was just like, well, I went, did that thing. I've got my cool girlfriend there, had a fine time. I had a neighborhood Christmas party that night. So I left, had some drinks with the neighbors, went out on Market Street after that, had some, and it was like...
It was just a thing you did.
Yeah. Yeah, and so it's like, in a way, I miss putting so much of my, like, self-worth and, like, all the stakes on that thing. Yeah. But it's just like, I just don't have as many chips to put on that thing as I used to. You know?
I mean,
that's part of the evolution.
Yeah, I mean, priorities change.
Yeah, and that's like the episode that we talked about with Jeff too. We kind of dived into that too. It's like
being more than your number.
Being more than your numbers. Like, you know, who are you off the platform? Are you?
Yeah.
Is this everything about you? Does this define who you are? At the end of the day, you're just lifting weights. Yeah. Like it's not. Well, I mean, we're not saving the world. We're not. We're not changing
We're lifting
reality.
heavy circles.
Yeah. We're at the end of the day, we're just lifting heavy circles, and it's cool. I think it's cool as shit.
It's cool to us.
But I think it's cool as shit. But it doesn't. We're not curing cancer.
No.
Yeah.
So take it with a grain of salt. The cool thing about for me and my passion about it is not the passion of seeing people lift heavy circles. The passion is like getting them to understand how they can push their limits. And that doesn't just stop in the gym, to what we were saying before. It applies everything in life. Because I've worked with clients before that were like, talking about sticking in just being in this menial job and job that they hate, and all of a sudden they're in the gym and they're working with me after a couple of months, and all of a sudden, like, they start getting promotions and they start getting, like, they're moving ahead in their careers, and it's all because, like, they're learning how to push themselves in other areas of their life, and I love that so much. That's what I get out of it.
Yeah.
And then for me personally, being in the gym, pushing myself past those limits, and now learning how to come back and how to rein it in, really is a valuable lesson for me, because I just, again, the philosophy I take to business and life is bite off more than you can chew and chew like hell. Well, that absolutely is a good idea, but there's a limit to it, and I need to learn what that is. Yeah. And so that's a personal journey that I'm on, right? So, and the gym is a valuable teacher. The bar is a great teacher.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that.
Agreed.
Cool. Well, I think that's about all I got.
Same here.
Sweet. Yeah.
Anything else for you?
You got any questions for us? You got anything you want to dive into? You got anything that's on your mind?
I guess not, man.
You sure?
Good. I think those are good.
Did you have fun, man?
I had a great time. My main question was if he was your dad, and sorry. So now I'm sorry I asked that.
No, don't be sorry. You got your question answered.
No, but I'm gonna hurt after this.
No, it's good. Well, we appreciate you having on, man. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for joining us at the bar. Thanks, guys, for coming and showing up.
Thanks for joining me and my son.
Apparently, yeah. Your son that's 4 years younger. Or 6 years
I had
younger.
a weird childhood.
You developed early. All right, cheers, guys.
All right, cheers.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys, for coming by. We'll see you next time.